How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another session of the Ascension here on Forgebreaker. Tonight, we're going to try to finish out the Doomvault, or Thaymount, whatever you wish to call it. Going to, yes, either attempt to finish it or die trying, one or the other. Haven't really decided which one. Rendis, thank you so very much for the reset there. Let's see, what do we got? Trying to think. Man, I don't really know that there's anything special coming up. Tyranny is coming up on Tuesday. Wednesday is Giants. That'll be exciting as we continue our playthrough. I believe they're in Yartar still, so they'll finish out that playthrough and then continue on with their story. Let's see, Fate is continuing Home Sweet Home on Thursday. Friday is D&D replay at 8:30. Next Sunday is Fell Entropy. Civil War will be back next Wednesday, not this coming Wednesday. Ascension is back on October 7th. And then, as kind of mentioned here, I'm slowly beginning work on Brotherhood to get that up and going as well. So that's very exciting, at least to me. So hopefully we'll get that up and going pretty quickly as well. I think that's about it. I know we're getting everything prepared. Let me check. You guys ready here?
About ready,
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's do the recap thing.
All right, so Max will be running a little bit late, but he'll be here shortly. So we'll go ahead and start with recap. Go over anything else y'all would like to do during your extended rest time, and then we'll continue on. So, your last session, you started last session rather, after slaying the large serpentine creature and saving the commoners present in this chamber with it. You weren't able to glean much information from the commoners, as it seemed like their minds had been controlled and wiped, causing them to wait patiently to become food for the creature you had slain. You investigated the room further, discovering that there was a tunnel connecting the two pools of water in this room. Kaylin went to investigate and found a small hoard of treasure that you all willingly took for yourselves. After retrieving some loot, you went to the south to look for more black gates. After crossing through another white gate, you found a chamber with another large pool in the middle of it. This pool was surrounded by this foul slime filled with bits of bone along its edge. As you peered into the pool, two troll-like creatures with gills lunged at the group and attacked. The creatures were very ferocious, attacking indiscriminately, since they seemed to be quite unintelligent, as they attacked Berwyn in his fire elemental form and taking damage as they did so. But with the combined effort of the three of you in the room, with Aeon talking to the dragon turtle a few rooms back, you were able to slay the two of these creatures without much ado. After the battle ended, you were able to see another black gate in this room as well. With this information, you went back to escort the commoners out of the Doomvault and revisit this dragon turtle that Aeon was speaking to. After picking the locks upon the chains restraining this formidable creature, you discovered from Aeon that it had been trapped here, and that the water it was forced to live in was tainted with some foul magic that was slowly turning its mind, with the goal of turning it into a faithful slave of the Thayans. You went to escort the turtle to the Black Gate, but after a quick talk with Aeon, you were told that it was willing to continue on with you during your quest as long as it could partake in any treasure you found along the way. With your new, very large and very dangerous companion in tow, you ventured through several more rooms in search of another Black Gate. In the first room, you found a huge pool of just disgusting foul water with corpses floating within it. You discovered that these corpses were, in fact, ghouls. They tried to attack, but were easily dispatched by the party, but mostly by the dragon turtle's steam breath, eliminating many of them in one fell swoop. With the dragon turtle leading the way, mowing down the doorways, interposing them before you, you came upon another room with a pool within it. This one contained these almost humanoid-looking aquatic creatures that attacked you on sight. They were more intelligent than other creatures you had run into up to this point, as they used harpoons with lines attached to them to attempt to haul you into the water with them. Though they were able to heavily damage Berwyn in his fire elemental form by dragging him into the water, the dragon turtle once again made short work of them once it was able to get into the water and move freely, slaughtering most of the creatures. You continued on to the south and found yourself at another white gate. After moving past it, you discovered a chamber with several humanoid creatures with fish heads on guard within it. As one of them asked Markenor where you were heading, he tried his best to get past them, but unfortunately was not able to fool it, and battle commenced once again. A good amount of these creatures tried to attack you, but with the appearance of the dragon turtle, the battle turned in your favor very quickly. As the creatures were slaughtered, a couple of them running away from the terrifying aquatic creature that was your ally, the battle was over as quickly as it had began. You investigated the now empty room and discovered another black gate down in the bottom of the pool that these Kuatoa were guarding. After you disabled this black gate, the entire Doomvault seemed to shudder, all of you sensing pulsating magic emanating all around you. You all surmised that enough of the black gates had been deactivated, and the way to the Phylactery vault had been opened. The dragon turtle, not seeing any wealth to be obtained from these fights, decided in its fickle nature that it was done fighting and wanted to leave. With that, you all decided to head back to the black gate you had sent the commoners through and go back to the gatehouse and speak to Syranna. As you arrived in a flash of white light once again in the safety of the gatehouse, Syranna spoke to you. She told you that what you had done had opened the way to the Phylactery vault. She warned of the danger of venturing into the vault itself, knowing that it would be guarded heavily and the visit would be perilous, but you all assured her you would see this through to the end. With that, you decided to rest and prepare before venturing to the heart of the Doomvault and destroy the phylacteries of the generals and officers under the lich leader of Thay, Szass Tam. So with that, you find yourself once again in the gatehouse. You have spoken to Syranna quite a few hours ago, as you've all taken time to rest off your injuries and the fatigue of venturing through this immense dungeon that is the Doomvault. You've started to take a few preparations. We talked a little bit about last session, from putting spells into your rings of spell storing, resting just to get your spell slots and all that fun stuff back. Is there anything y'all would like to do during the meantime?
And with that, before we get started here, let's roll our intro. With that, we are back and live, ready when you guys are.
All right. So you've taken your time to, like I said, rest and prepare, knowing that a very difficult fight could lay before you after hearing rumors and supposed intelligence of a possible demi-lich residing within the Phylactery vault, though it was tentative information at best. So with that, you've rested for a considerable amount of time, almost a full day, in preparation of going into the Phylactery Vault. And with that, you're able to move over to one of the teleportation circles that led into the Doomvault itself. You know that you need to go to the Temples of Extraction first, and through any of those black gates that you discover before then, you would be able to venture directly into the vault, the Phylactery Vault itself.
Oh, I completely forgot I only have a -1 now.
Only a -1.
Only a -1.
Yay.
All right, so I guess I can put you on the map. It won't be here very long, I imagine, but so you go ahead and step in the portal, fully rested and fully prepared as you're going to be at the very least, and you transport yourselves with the aid of a glyph key in Markinor's possession to the Temples of Extraction. You head back to the initial room that you started in. You know when you first ventured into this room, up here, so everybody's in the same place. This room was filled with this coarse fog that seemed to choke you as you breathed it in, and it took considerable effort to be able to break it. But as you appear into this room now, you notice that this fog is just completely absent from the area. You clearly see the pedestal, this glyph-covered magical platform where you had found a Yuan-Ti restrained upon it before. But now as you look at it, it seems its body, as well as the bodies of the guards in this area, are now all gone.
This is the room with the gas in it, correct?
Yes.
And is that present still?
No, the gas is gone.
Okay, good.
Yeah, once again, to cover something y'all discovered earlier, as you moved in all of these different rooms inside the Temples of Extraction, they all seem to have some kind of magical effect residing inside of them. You had to fight through it or discover them by happenstance as you were moving through these rooms. But as you either rescued or slayed whatever creature was being used in these chosen that had been brought to this place, to the Temples of Extraction, to siphon their powers, seemingly probably towards the Phylactery Vault. As you saved these people and took them off the platforms, the magical effects in the room dissipated and disappeared.
All right, so we know at least the next few rooms are going to be clear. Do any of you remember seeing another gate along the way here?
I seem to remember another one.
Havoc, there's a second set of us on the map, just FYI.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ha
I didn't originally plan on bringing you on here, so you do know that between the arcane knowledge that Kaelin was able to glean, as well as the instructions from Syranna, is that you can use any black gate, even the one you just came through, to go to the Phylactery Vault itself.
Oh, okay. Kind of look around everybody and just think for a second and say, should we just continue forward, or do we want to try to dive deeper here? I know the temples are full of things that we should probably try to take care of at some point, but I have this feeling that the Phylactery Vault's going to be a little more important for us.
Yeah,
I don't think anything here matters if we take care of the Phylactery Vault.
yeah. This is probably the strongest we're gonna be.
I agree. Very well. Shall we take this gate then?
After you.
Yeah, I'll turn to the gate and attempt to kind of set where I'm wanting to go. I don't really know anything about this, so am I still capable of going there?
So as you move forward, when you're initially, use the glyph key to transport from the gatehouse here, you once again were filled, very briefly with these images of different places you could go within the Temples of Extraction. As you saw the image of this room, the hazy kind of smoke lingering in the air, kind of being this mental place marker of the room, you were able to transport yourself here. As you move towards the gate now, intending to go to the phylactery vault, you start to move towards it and realize that that effect that you had seen before, whenever Kaelin or someone else disrupted one of these black gates, seems to be present here. You see the black mist of the black gate kind of swirling around, but occasionally you see little tendrils of black lightning lashing around within it. And kind of hesitantly, you step forward, and as you kind of hold your glyph key out, trying to figure out a way to get to the vault, you see that your head is just filled with hundreds of images, and it takes you a moment to close your eyes and concentrate, because it seems like it's flickering all through every single black gate within the vault, or the Doomvault itself, rather. And after a few moments of concentrating, you're able to see, kind of lingering in the background, you see an image of a large chamber. The walls angled upwards away from you. And then as it appears in your mind, it disappears, but you're able to hold on to that image there. And it's one that seems to hold power and be, shrouded in darkness compared to all the others.
I guess that's the one. All right. I guess I'll attempt to point the gate towards that and use that so that we can step forward.
Okay. So as you all step forward, moving into the Black Gate's circle, all of you feel the kind of tumultuous energy. You hadn't really noticed it before, but now it seems to be somewhat erratic in its nature. The magic kind of buffering against your body, not really doing much to you, but you definitely can feel it. Your skin tingles with the effect of it. And as Markinor holds that mental image, shrouded in kind of this darkness in his head, all of you vanish as white light fills your eyes once again. As the light dissipates and you find yourself in a different chamber, one that you haven't been to before, you see this vast four-sided pyramid space has a floor of rough-hewn white marble set with low circular pedestals of the same material. At the three corners of the floor stand sepulchres of white marble, each a three-sided pyramid that mirrors the shape of the vault. Engraved into each sepulchre's double doors is a four-armed gargoyle poised to attack. A pool of dark liquid churns in the center of the floor. Each other's surface as you look around this room is nearly identical. Rubble of black rocks scattered near the wall and the pool on each side stay in place. It seems apparent that each side has its own gravity. So just to get you kind of a mechanic look into it, as you're looking around this chamber, it's in the shape of a pyramid. The floor that you're on right now seems to be mirrored on each wall of the pyramid. These sepulchres and this pool of dark liquid that's kind of just churning around in the middle of it, mirrored on each wall. You see this ring of black earth kind of separating each wall from it. But as you look up onto the wall next to you, off to your east, you see those same kind of rubble hanging on the wall, just stuck there in place, almost as if gravity is holding it to the wall magically.
Oh, so we're like on the inside part of the pyramid.
Yes, you're on the inside of it. And like I said, you got it seems like each wall of it has its own gravity.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, this is a little weird.
Unsettling as well. And you said the doors, so start walking towards the door. I want to get a closer look at the one up here, if I can.
Okay. Yeah, as you move forward, you see all of these sepulchres, like these smaller pyramids, resting about 3.5 to 4 feet tall. You see double doors, large enough for y'all to squeeze through if you need to get inside of it. But these double doors sitting on them, both the double doors on each one, are engraved with this menacing-looking four-armed gargoyle, poised with a hand raised as if to attack. However, they are clearly just engravings on the doorways themselves. As you look, you see keyholes on the doorways, but no readily available key to insert inside them.
Okay. And these are like columns, I'm guessing, in the
Yes.
center here. Okay.
Are the columns mirrored on each side of the pyramid?
Yes.
And how
And
high do the columns go?
Yeah.
Do they meet in the middle?
The pedestals are not very tall. They're about 3 feet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So they're just pedestals, not quite.
Can I look at this liquid in the middle a bit closer?
Sure. As you look at it, you see these are just kind of dark pools. Nothing, compared to the pools of water that you saw in the predator pools. These look closer to the ones that you maybe saw with the corpses flowing into it. Just this dark, kind of miasmatic appearance of some kind of liquid. Seems to be just roiling and bubbling in the center of this center of each side of this pyramid.
Can I see into the water? Very
You
far?
cannot. It's almost like
Okay.
looking into mud.
Okay.
That's kind of the viscosity of it.
You said it's kind of like bubbling and churning.
Yes. Not as if something's moving in it, almost just like a
A mud pit?
yeah, a mud pit,
like a mud
like
pit,
a
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to step up on this pedestal.
Okay. Give me a perception check as you do so. As you step up onto this pedestal, as you even press a hand onto it to get your footing and raise yourself up onto it, you can feel energy resonating out of it. You're not able to tell exactly what the nature of it, though, but it seems to hum with power.
Do you tell us?
Not yet.
Okay.
I hop down. I run over to this one and I touch it rather quickly.
Okay. Much the same. Now that you know kind of what to look for, you're able to easily tell that this one's also kind of humming with some kind of energy.
Hey, Markinor.
Yes.
You touch that pedestal next to you and tell me what you feel.
Little skeptical about what he's telling me. I'm also going to use Divine Sense before I reach out and touch it.
Okay. So as you reach out with your divine senses, kind of sensing out for the evil and good as it's understood in this world, you don't sense any creatures as you normally would, but you can tell that this chamber in its entirety is filled with both necrotic and radiant energy, just intermingling with each other all around you. You can't even pick like a pinpoint of where it may be starting, what it could be exactly emanating from, because it's just so thick in the air around you.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll reach forward and go ahead and just place my hand upon the pillar in front of me.
Okay. Give me a perception check with advantage.
Okay. Da-da. With advantage. Yeah.
As you do so, kind of resting your hand against this this marble pedestal, running your hand across it, you clearly are able to tell that it's humming with energy. And as you kind of close your eyes and concentrate on it, you're able to feel this sense of radiant energy emanating from it.
Okay. That's a good sign at least. Though disturbing that they would have these kind of pedestals in here. Do these? You said each of the doors of these these 3 sepulchers are locked?
Yes.
Okay. Or they appear locked.
Yes, they have a lock on them, or a keyhole rather, for a key. But as you look at it and even touch them to try to press on them, you notice they don't give way at all.
Okay. And as I kind of glance around the chambers, I start to take notice of the gates. Yeah, I'm just wondering what all of this is.
You said that was locked. We have one who's skilled with breaking such locks. Perhaps you could like to take a try.
Nope.
That is true.
Can we also find a key at some point?
Well, this is a little more enjoyable for us. We get to watch. You can perform your magic, so to speak.
Never gone well. So, just for reference, if I walk this direction, towards like where it says floor 4, do I walk over the side to floor 4, or do I walk up onto floor 4?
Basically, if you were to do so, this ring of rocks, kind of surrounding the room, rises up to about 3 feet. It's difficult terrain to do so. But as you're starting to climb up onto it and such, moving over towards what's marked as floor 4 down to the southeast, you find yourself resting on the wall and you feel definite gravitation pull as your hand is kind of pulled against that wall.
Got it.
So it's like the scene from Inception where they take a step onto the vertical wall and just stick to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Got it.
Oh,
That's what I was trying to figure out.
see that second.
So it is like the inside of the pyramid, not like a...
Yeah, we're on the inside of it.
Okay. Had to make sure.
Oh my god.
Because now I have a good idea of how big the whole space is in 3 dimensions.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
Yeah, but I don't think there's a single point that is out of range of like half my spells, and that's what I need to know. Don't like it. Or spaces. There's nowhere to hide. I'm gonna go check out this door so I can see on this lock.
Okay. Much like before, as Markinor was able to observe, you see, like I said, these 2 4-armed gargoyles engraved into the doors, but kind of down next to their hands, you do see keyholes resting in both the doors. Though, as you're looking at the keyhole a little closer, you don't think you've seen a key that may fit it. It seems to be a very large, almost like 12-inch high keyhole. A huge lock would be, or a key would be needed to fit into this lock.
I'm sure I could fit a small hand axe into that lock.
I wonder if these are where the phylacteries are held.
Certainly it wouldn't be so obvious.
Well, if no one could get here without going through the pains of overloading all those gates or having a correct key, I don't think they have to worry about, too many people getting in here that they don't want. Even though I know what's going to happen, if I cast Detect Magic, it's primarily looking at the door, as opposed to everything else that I'm pretty sure is radiant magical energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so as you cast that, you see the entire sepulchre in front of you just lights up with this radiant necrotic energy intermingling within it, including the doors and pretty much everything around you. You do notice that the pillars themselves seem to singularly radiate radiant energy and not intermingle with necrotic energy.
Was there anything from the pool?
I don't think my divine sense picked up anything, did it?
Well, but I might pick up something that you
Really?
didn't
Just
necessarily.
straight in the middle or anything? Is that just a pool of mud?
It's basically what Markinor and Kalen you're sensing with your divine senses or your ability to detect magic. This room is permeating with so much of it that it's almost like a basically like a cloud of mist is hanging over you. But it's magic and energy all swirling around you.
Eat on! I live for
Be able
this!
to tell.
Gentleman Joe, thank you very much for the host. As always.
He's just on edge, anyways.
Yeah, nothing
This is a
about
very
this.
strange
Okay.
dream for him.
Okay, I just want to try and figure out. So you said this lock is like huge.
Yeah, it's very thin. Not enough to where like you could easily put a hand into it. It's too slim for that. But it's a very vertically large lock or keyhole.
You said the sepulchres are humming? Is that what or is that just the radiating
pillars.
feeling from the pillars?
Pretty
The
much.
pillars were humming.
Yeah, the pillars were humming as you get closer and kind of lay your hand on the sepulchres. They are also humming.
Have the same. Okay.
Just I mean, everything is permeating with just a
Yeah.
lot of magic.
Gotcha. Okay.
Makes sense.
I'm just trying to understand like what I'm looking at here.
Yeah, like your characters are all
Sensing.
as you've gotten into this room and started to move around it. That energy is just permeating you. Like all the hairs on your arms are standing up. Cold chills just run down the back of your spine as you feel everything around you. It's extremely unsettling to be in this room.
But it's not like an audible hum.
No,
No,
it's like
it's-
just you feel it.
Yeah, like static energy.
Gotcha.
Alright, well, yeah, I'm gonna try and pick this lock then.
Okay. Give me a thief soul check. As you start to feel around inside this lock, it's a very odd mechanism that seems somewhat foreign to you as you start to mess with it. And as you try to unlock it, you get a few steps into it that you're able to tell that you're making headway through it, and then the entire mechanism kind of collapses on you and you're unable to unlock it.
Oh, that's not good. Are you wanting to try again, or
Thinking of what I can do.
don't know exactly how difficult this is going to be to get into?
I'm feeling it's gonna be pretty tough because don't recognize it, but I'm wondering.
Hi, chat. By the way, glad to have you here.
Can I walk up to the edge of the liquid?
Mm-hmm.
Is it hot?
It doesn't seem to be radiating heat.
Does it smell toxic?
It doesn't smell good. It smells very, almost like it's not really emanating around the room, so not everybody's, their nostrils aren't filled with it. But as you kind of get closer and smell it, it smells very kind of sour, almost sulfuric with its the smell that you goes across your nostrils.
Can I take the end of my staff and stick it in the liquid? See what happens there?
Sure. As you do so, you stick the staff in there. This, very viscous liquid that's in here, parting away as you stick your staff into it. And as you do so, you leave it there for a second, then pull it out. You see the end of your staff is now black and charred.
Cool. Don't touch the liquid, guys.
Noted.
It's probably not very good for your health.
I'm gonna walk up to Kaylin and kind of place my hand on her shoulder and say, "Don't worry, you've got this," and give her guidance to attempt to unlock it again.
Alright. Yeah, I'll try again.
Okay.
Damn. Even with a max, you're still going to get the same result.
Yeah, much the same. You concentrate a little harder. You're able to move through the same steps, but for whatever reason, the fourth or fifth mechanism in this lock seems to just be eluding your grasp and understanding how to get past it. And once again, you're just unable to unlock the door.
These pillars, do they activate when you touch them, or are they just always?
Yeah, does anything happen?
As you're touching them, it seems to just be a constant thing that's going on.
Okay.
Not something really directed to your touch.
Okay. I mean, I'm kind of running out of ideas. I kind of look around. I'm not seeing anything that really stands out. I feel like we need to get inside of these sepulchers, obviously.
What if we tried to bust the door down?
We can certainly try. I highly doubt I'm going to be able to do so on my own, though.
It might be able to help, but who's to say?
If it's already difficult enough to pick through a lock, I have a feeling brute force is not going to be any easier.
True.
Just gonna move to a different one. Try my luck elsewhere.
Okay.
Also wondering if the mechanism's big enough that I could send like a small orb from dancing light in to help me see better in the mechanism itself.
It looks large enough you might be able to do so.
Just wondering if maybe I can
Cool. That'd be good.
try that.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
just-
wait and see how Kaylin's thing goes before I do anything.
So I'm just gonna link one tiny orb of light into existence and try and send it inside so I can just see a little more while I feel with the thieves' tools.
Okay. Yeah, so as this smaller of light goes in, you see a somewhat complex locking mechanism inside of it. Even looking at it directly, it's still somewhat hard to figure out without getting into the grid of it and, trial and error. But you'd be able to do another check with advantage.
Neat.
Crappy check. Don't fail me now. There we go.
Yeah, 27. So as you go into this, now having light to guide your hand, you're able to make it up to the fifth locking mechanism. And with that, you see that this one was actually a fake and needed to be bypassed. And now as you move past it, moving on, the rest of it goes extremely quickly. And a loud clicking sound radiates through the entire chamber as the lock clicks out of place and unlocks the door. As that happens, the door begins to shift and become malleable, and you see the forms of these two four-armed gargoyles begin to shift and look directly at you.
No.
Of course.
Everybody roll for initiative.
Gargoyles that don't actually look like they're going to harm you.
Of course they are going to harm me, though. Oh, whoops. Of
course they are.
Yes, that's a great initiative roll. Starting off strong, guys.
Come on now.
You can make that 21, because that was the first roll.
Okay.
Because I accidentally double-clicked because, reasons.
Because reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, let's not die. That would be fantastic. If we could not.
Alrighty, so as these two forms of these gargoyles, obviously being guardians of this doorway, of this sepulcher, come into existence, essentially turning into their real forms, you find yourself standing right in front of them, Kaylin.
Yeah, nope.
What do you want to do?
Oh, just, not expecting that straight up, just nope, disengage.
Okay.
And move over back by the black gate.
Okay. So as Kaylin sees these two creatures forming and kind of growing to a large height above her, she quickly ducks and runs away from them. Aelion.
I'm going to use my bonus action to Hunter's Mark that one on the right, and shoot a few arrows at him.
All of those will hit.
Pew, pew, pew. So
All right.
12 plus 12 plus 7, 24, 31.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. So as 3 arrows quickly fly out from Aelion's bow, you see them piercing into the stony surface of these gargoyles, sinking in, obviously doing damage, but not sinking in very far. It seems like they have a very tough hide that seems to be resisting your arrows. And with that, this one is going to lurch forward, kind of falling out of the door that it was trapped inside, and moves towards Berwyn. And it is going to make 3 attacks against him.
Please no.
8 on the bite.
Hey!
Claws 22.
Ouch.
And a 6 on the second claw, so 5
Ha.
slashing damage.
Ha! I can deal with that.
You see this one immediately jump out, and you see it begin to hover and fly through the air, and it also flies directly towards Berwyn, landing next to him and also making 3 attacks. 9, 23, 18.
11 points of damage.
All right, this one also tears into you with its claws, much like the first one did, dealing a good chunk of damage to you. You're finding yourself quickly being surrounded by them, but it is your turn.
Ouch. How do I want to do this? What are they made? Are they just made of are they stone gargoyles or?
Yeah, they clearly seem to be made out of stone. It is animated and attacking you.
I'm gonna cast Flame Blade and attack with to the one to my north.
Okay.
A 14.
14 unfortunately will miss.
Okay, that's it.
All right. So as this blade made of fire whips out of Berwyn's outstretched hand, he whips it towards this gargoyle, but it quickly lunges its wings backwards and leans away from the attack, dodging it. Markinor.
Okay. Let's see. That's no good. Yeah, gonna round the corner, and from back here, what do I want to do?
Kick their ass.
Kick their ass, Seabass. I'm just gonna cast Sacred Flame on the one in front of me here. So, Dex save 16, please.
All right. 17.
Oh, so he takes no damage. That's cool. Hey, I might as well go ahead. Oh no, that's an action. Never mind. Thinking. I think that's gonna be all I can do right now.
Alrighty. So as Markinor rounds around the corner, avoiding this pool of dark, mucky liquid, tries to cast a flame of radiant energy onto this creature, but unfortunately for him, its wings kind of batted aside once again, and it dodges the attack. Back to the top of the turn, Kaylin.
Alright, now that I'm far enough away from these guys to feel a little safer, I'm going to throw a couple alpha blasts at the one to the closest to me.
So this one?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Both of those will hit.
25.
Nice.
That one's not behind cover?
It's only a 3 foot
Oh,
tall.
that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, those-
I was a little worried just because of the pillar's height.
No.
The pillar being there.
Everyone's short. She's not that short.
A halfling
not
could use
a
that as
dwarf.
cover, that's about it.
He's not a goblin.
Right. All right. Anything else?
I'm gonna move a little further back still.
Okay.
I'm still not comfortable here.
All right. So Kaylin, quickly launching these, a very large beam of eldritch energy. This force energy flying out, and it splits into two beams and lashes out towards this gargoyle with its four arms, hitting it in the back twice. You see chunks of rock falling off of it as it's hit by this attack. Obviously doing a good chunk of damage to it, but it is still standing. Aelion.
Let's see here. I'm going to just keep with my arrows and just shoot at the same guy who is hunter marked.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oof.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that D100, please. Only 16. That's not bad, right?
I hope so.
Oh no.
Yeah, so as you unfortunately will not get your second attack, as you take your first shot, pulling your arrow out of the quiver, you start to thread the arrow onto its line on your bow, and you hear clank, just clanking and wood hitting marble behind you. As you look down, and your quiver is completely spilled out. You'll have to pick up arrows individually from the ground to knock your bow. Your attack unfortunately misses.
Can I use an action to pick them up, or
It'll
You mean,
be a bonus action basically to pick them up.
can I just use my bonus action right now?
And then you'd have him for next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll do that, and then that'll be it.
Okay. All right. So the one shot Aelion was able to fire off as his quiver emptied itself onto the floor.
Yes.
Unfortunately, goes wide.
And then picking up a
Nervous
bunch of
laugh.
arrows and throw them back in the quiver.
Just kidding.
Well, you only get one, by the way. You're only
Right,
getting
right.
one at a time when you do that. So, but yeah, it's like, oh shit. You guys are both gonna keep wailing on Berwyn.
Oh wait, so I only get I use a bonus action and then I can throw an arrow.
Yeah, you're basically limited down to one arrow per turn.
Oh god.
So, bite attack 17 on Berwyn, and then 2 claws. Ooh, that one and an 8. So those two are gonna miss. 17 hit.
Yeah.
All right, so you take another 3 piercing damage as it bites onto your shoulder. Not digging in too deep, but it doesn't feel good.
Where's that D100? Just since I had to.
His arm falls off.
Right.
Oh, unfortunate for him.
Actually, yeah, we can do that. So as this thing bites into Berwyn, you see it holding onto him and immediately swiping the claw around, feeling that it's holding him in place enough. and its attack misses. It kind of overcorrects as it does so, swinging very wide. It's basically surprised until the end of its next turn. That being said, the one to the north is now going to do its bite and 2 claws. 9, 20, and natural 20.
I'm sorry, I'm not there to help.
A 7 and an additional 12. So a total of 19 damage from those 2 attacks.
Guys, this isn't feeling good.
Berwin getting wailed on right now, but it is now your turn, Berwin.
Through this, I pull out my longsword. It makes no sense for me to have, but I still use it in desperate times and attack the one my E.
Okay. Ooh,
Wait, do I get advantage on that one?
Yes, you will. Go ahead and roll one more time.
Come on, nat 20.
No. 22 hits for 5 slashing damage.
Whoa, 5 damage. Guys, I'm doing some massive deep over here.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. All right. So as you swing your longsword around, you're able to bite into the side of this creature. The blade not sinking in terribly far as it hits the stony skin of it, but does some damage to it. But seems like you annoyed it more than anything else. Markinor.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna follow Aelion's lead here, and I'm gonna hunter's mark the one closest to me as I run up and hit it in the back. Yes, I have hunter's mark.
You have hunter's mark?
Yes.
Since when?
Since I went paladin. And yeah, I'm gonna smack it in the back of the head with the warhammer.
Okay.
Oh god.
Roll again.
Oh.
He has advantage, doesn't he?
Yeah, you're still advantage.
Yeah. Okay.
Just don't crit twice in a row.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
20
that's better.
or a 19 hits.
Okay. So let's do 17 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Or 17 damage total. And that is gonna be my turn. Yeah, that's my turn.
So as you bring the Hammer of Durgan around, after marking this creature, getting more in tune with its movements and such, you bring it around, you slam heavily into its side. It kind of braces and stumbles a bit from the impact of it. You see cracks kind of spider webbing themselves up the side of it where your hammer impacted into it. This thing's starting to look a little beat up compared to the other one, but it's still standing. Kaylin. Hello?
So
You're muted.
So I'm gonna go to the one to the north of Berwyn now with a couple electric blasts.
All right. First one will miss, but second one will hit.
11 force damage.
All right. Once again, 2 tendrils of force energy flying out. One of them just misses hitting into its wing, but the other one catches it right in the back. Cracks kind of forming from the impact, more stone falling to the floor, but it still looks raring to fight. Anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty, Aelion.
Alrighty, I'm going to, let's see here. First of all, I guess I'll move forward a little bit and then face step up to here.
Okay.
So then we'll have to make a wisdom save or be frightened. With the face up ability.
Yeah.
The gargoyle does?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that'll be TC 14.
Alright, so it meets it.
Okay, well, I have my swords out, so I will then attack twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boop, boop.
Yeah, both those hit.
Beefy.
11 plus 26 is 37.
37. Okay. All right. So as you take one step forward in kind of a leaping motion,
No running
you
away.
vanish out of
Not yet.
existence, appearing right behind this gargoyle. It's startled, kind of turns its head towards you as you jut out your rapier, piercing into its side as you do so, getting 2 clear hits onto it. You see its body kind of shuddering as more rocks of its form begin to fall to the floor, but it is still standing, albeit looking very beat up now.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. Well, this one now has 2 targets to choose from. It's going to go after Markinor.
Okay.
9, 8, and 20. All of which miss.
All of which miss. Yeah.
This guy also has 2 targets. Gonna keep going after Berwin, unfortunately, for him. 13, 15, and natural 20 again.
Oh.
For a total of 9 slashing damage to you.
Go away.
Go away.
All right, Berwin, you just got another claw across the stomach. Starting to get a little hurt now. Blood dripping off your body. What do you want to do?
Gotta beat it with my longsword.
One to your north or east?
Yes, north.
North, okay. 21 will hit.
8.
All right, much the same. Bringing the sword around, able to slash into it, leaving a little bit deeper of an slash wound through its side. The rocks, the stony skin beginning to once again spiderweb with these cracks up its body. It's looking very beat up and barely holding itself together, but it is still standing. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, Markinor.
Okay. More Warhammer time.
Okay.
26.
Yeah.
Give you the damage on that. So only a 7 on that. Is it still up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna use a Count of War Priest and smack it again.
Okay.
Another 26.
Uh-huh.
Only an 8 on that one.
Okay, it's still standing, starting to look very beat up, just like the other one now.
Is there any way I can, like, move and push somebody out of the way? Like, if I wanted to jump in and take Berwin's spot, could I push him out of the way?
You would have to use the shove action, which will require an action.
Okay, then I'm going to do this here. Actually, no, I want to bend. It's still going to get an opportunity attack. The one to the north will.
Mm-hmm. All right. It's going to try to bite you as you run by.
Okay.
It's going to miss.
Yeah.
Didn't even see the roll. Already said it's going to miss.
Yeah, and that'll be my turn.
All right, so another heavy blow coming out, or 2 heavy blows rather, coming out, slamming into this creature. The cracks get worse. You see actually one of its arms beginning to hang limply to its side as cracks are just diffusing its body right where it was, weakening it even further, but it is still standing thanks to its somewhat resistance against your attacks. Kaylin.
All right. Now that Markinor's out of the way, I'm going to go back after the one to the closer to me.
Okay. Second one will hit.
13.
13.
Oh my goodness.
Oof. All right, anything
Is that
else?
a max roll? It isn't even a max roll. Jesus.
Nope.
That's it.
All right, so a big 2 more Eldritch Blasts coming out. One kind of falling down just low of it, hitting the floor, shattering the marble flooring beside it. But the second one hitting it in the back. You see it grunting, kind of letting out this gravelly sound in pain as a big chunk of its back is blown away from this shot. doing massive damage to it. This thing kind of wavers on its feet, cracks, suffusing almost its entire body as the full force of this damage was taken, but it is barely standing. Aelion.
Well, I'm gonna use my action and bonus to deal 3 attacks to it.
Okay.
Let's see here. Boom, boom, and boom.
All but the last one hits.
So that is 7, 17,
We need
25.
we need an
5.
AC
Yeah,
acquired.
so as you bring the
emote.
rapier around twice, piercing into it, you do the first one, it kind of lunges up, reaching one of its forearms up to cover the wound, almost like it would be bleeding, though you see nothing coming out of it except dust. As you quickly reach around again, stepping up closer to the creature, you drive the rapier straight up towards its throat and pierce into it, and you feel your blade sinking much further into it as you do so. As you start to pull the blade out, readying Shatterspike for the final attack, you see its body begins crumpling away from the impact of your last hit, and it falls to pieces to the ground.
Yeah.
So does that mean I still get my bonus action?
Nope.
Okay. Fair
If you do them all at once, I'm gonna just roll that you attacked it all 3 times.
Alrighty, that's alright. I will, however, move up into his spot, and that's it.
All right. Well, this one is still alive and now has 3 targets to choose from. I'm going for Markinor. This is gonna turn out well. Ooh, 23.
Oh,
I don't even see the roll. Yeah, 23 hits.
All right. 21
No meets.
and 6. So you will take 10 slashing damage.
Holy crap! All of those came through all at the same time. Okay, 10 slashing.
Thanks, Roll20.
Thanks, roll 20.
All right, so this creature, barely holding itself together, shakily lunges out towards Markinor, its mouth open wide as it sinks down on top of him, biting into his armor a bit, the teeth able to find purchase on his skin. The claw does much the same, moving his armor aside as it grinches into his chest. The second one, though, Markinor is able to break himself away, not taking the last hit. This guy's dead. Berwyn.
Yes.
What would you like to do?
I'd like to keep flailing at this other one. The 21 hit.
21 hits.
7 damage.
Oof. Okay. So you bring your longsword around this thing, barely holding on. You swipe into it. You actually knock off the arm that was hanging limply. You're able to chop it off as you shatter part of its side. It recoils from the blast, barely standing at this point, but still standing after your attack.
Just die already. That's my turn.
All right, Markinor. This thing is almost dead.
Almost dead. Let's see.
Oh,
He's dead.
yeah.
He's
go
probably
ahead
dead.
and go ahead and give me narration of how you took out the second four-armed gargoyle.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I kind of envision Markinor is just gonna like kind of step in between Berwyn and this gargoyle, seeing the gargoyle not go down, and it's just gonna like just reach back two-handed and just bring the warhammer straight down on top of it, and watch as the entire body of this thing just crumbles to the ground.
Yeah, and as that happens, this thing just shatters from the impact of the hammer of Durgadin, falling to the ground. Bits and pieces of it just sliding across the floor from the heavy impact of it. You find yourselves back to being alone in the room.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over and collect all of Aelion's arrows that are on the floor.
Aliens, 4 arrows.
And I'll just kind of slowly make my way over. I appreciate it.
All
You're a
right.
saint.
His Aelion kind of slightly abashed walks back over to Kalen, who's gathering all of his arrows. You're able to retrieve them all, put them back into your quiver, and kind of make sure you arrange them in such a way that maybe this won't happen again. But with
Maybe.
that, before y'all continue on to see and look maybe inside this now open sepulcher, we're going to go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, chat.
I will be right back.
While we take our break, don't go anywhere. We're going to get settled in. We've got at least 2 more hours of gameplay here. We just want to take care of some personal things, and then we'll return. So don't go anywhere. We're going to continue, and we're going to try to finish out this phylactery vault tonight. So stick around, and we'll be right back. All right, sorry, chat. Sorry about that. I know I was gone a little longer than normal here. Let's see. We back.
Come back.
Also, chat, tell me something. Do you like the turn
Test,
order
test,
thing
okay,
in
cool.
the bottom left, or do you want it up
Had to
here,
adjust my
like
noise
in
gate a little bit.
the
I was picking up
top
everything.
right? If I move it like here,
Okay. I haven't heard Max.
like here. I don't know. Which one do you like? I think Max is already said he's back.
Hello, Max. Are you there? You're muted.
So if it's there, what do you think? Okay, cool. We'll leave it there then.
Well, all right. We'll go ahead and give your basic description as we're all trickling back in.
Okay.
So yeah, as this battle ends, you see the remains, just piles of rubble of these two four-armed gargoyles that emerge from the unlocked doors. As you look back down towards this sepulcher that Kaylin was able to open, you see the doors now still made of stone, still present. They just do not have that visage of these two gargoyles inset in them. But you could see that the keyhole is now not present at all on either one of the doors, and they seem like they can be pushed open.
Neat. I'll go ahead and make my way over here and slowly kind of push the door open a little bit.
All right. As you begin to push these doors open, they kind of grate a bit, sliding across the marble floor. It takes a little bit of effort, but with that, you're able to push them open very slowly. As you do so, you see inside of it now, the sepulchre walls hum with arcane power all around you. On stone shelves are leather cases, amulets, daggers, scroll tubes, unholy symbols, and other ornate objects. These are the phylacteries of Szass Tam's lich servants.
Interesting. Guys, I think I found them.
Let's get to taking out their command.
Okay. Like to start investigating a little closer. I'm not going to disturb anything yet. I just want to get a feel for everything around. Again, I imagine I imagine that my divine sense would pick up maybe something here. Still, I mean, I can recast it again if necessary.
I mean, more of the same of what you detected before. You're able to clearly see, immense necrotic energy radiating from these phylacteries, obviously being the real deal to your divine sense.
Okay. So, I'm gonna look over at Kaylin.
Sorry about that. I'm here.
I'm gonna look over at Kaylin and say, so, what does it take to destroy a phylactery then?
Don't know. Time to find out.
Probably try your hammer.
I'm wondering if that, seem to be lovely, muddy, acidic water that burned. Or one staff might do some damage.
Shatterspike might be able to do something.
Can you read back the description again, please? Have it.
Yeah, so as you open the doors of the sepulcher and move in, you see the sepulcher walls hum with arcane power. On stone shelves are leather cases, amulets, daggers, scroll tubes, unholy symbols, and other ornate objects. You recognize all of these as the phylacteries of Szass Tam's lich servants.
If I was to go inside and attempted to... Maybe if I attempted to break the things within it, like bringing the hammer down on it, would that do anything to it? If I attempt to strike down on one of the tables or something with it.
You can try it, see if anything happens.
I'll try and see what happens.
God damn, I'm really good at touching my hair.
Yeah.
So Markinor, as you step forward, you see these shelves full of all these just different ornate objects. You see what appears to be a small gold-made amulet with a ruby, and set in the middle of it, the ruby, however, is in the shape of a skull. And as you look down at it and bring your hammer up, you slam the hammer down, able to easily find your mark. And as you do so, your hammer bounces away off of the phylactery in front of you, doing no damage to it. Give me an intelligence arcana check.
Okay. Oh, it's a good thing I am terrible at these.
14, good. So as you feel and see your hammer just ricocheting, the recoil of it kind of making you take a step back, you lower the hammer and kind of take a look at this. And as you do so, you look at the phylactery, and then you kind of look up around and see this sepulcher still humming with arcane energy. You're able to realize that the sepulcher itself is obviously protecting these, and that disabling the sepulcher will be the only way to actually damage the phylacteries.
Disabling the sepulcher? What do you mean by that?
Basically, the energy that you've been feeling since you entered into this room, you now know that the source of that is coming from these sepulchers. There's intense, arcane wards placed upon them and the items within them, and even that each of these items has been enchanted in tandem with the sepulchers, and that if the sepulchers are still functioning as they are, nothing will be able to destroy the phylacteries. It's the final kind of safeguard against destroying them.
Kind of turn to Kaylin. Do you think a dispel magic would do anything?
I think I could try, but I have a feeling it's more complicated than that. Are there like runes etched into the walls of the sepulchre on the inside?
Do what now?
What can I tell of where the magic's emanating from?
It seems like you don't see arcane glyphs and such like you've seen on other places within the Doomvault. As you look at it closer, you're able to kind of tell that essentially each sepulcher is essentially a magic item in itself.
Oh.
So
It was
you'd have to
infused
try
in the
to-
creation of it.
You'd have to try to either dispel it or... so we are able to disrupt these gates with the keys. Can we try that? What do you guys think? Should we try that? Would that be...
With the glyph keys? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? That might be worth a shot. The
I
glyph
mean-
keys seem essential to this place as a whole.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how many do we have?
3? 4?
Mm,
I think we have 3.
4 or 5.
Oh, do we have more?
There's,
Three of them
and
are the
there's
same, but there's
3
like
of
4 or
these
5.
sepulchers on each of the 4 walls. Total of 12.
Yeah.
I wonder how many we might need to disable to
Oh.
either bring our enemy or disable him. But that will only be decided through experimentation, I think.
Yeah. Do I, like, if I step inside of here, do I feel like a point where the energy radiates at its peak, like within these sepulchers?
Not necessarily within it. You're able to tell, much like you did for the pedestals in the room. As you lay your hand against it, you're able to feel the arcane energy radiating within the sepulcher itself. You feel that you all have, or most of you have, a decent understanding of magic as a whole. You all kind of realize that if you concentrate, and concentrate mostly on the magic and trying to unwind it while touching the target sepulcher, you'll be able to disable it. But once again, it's going to take a lot of concentration to do so.
Okay. Kind of getting that feeling. I'm gonna kind of place my hand on my shoulder, cast guidance, and I'd like to focus as much of my energy into trying to break this magic with kind of holding on to this glyph key in my hand.
Okay. Give me an Arcana or Religion check, your choice.
I kind of whisper towards Kaylin, like, I wonder what else might possibly break this concentration that we might need.
Oh crap! A whole 0.
Oh
Nope.
no.
Okay.
That's not happening.
How many of those glyph keys do you have? You have 3, don't you?
I thought we had 3, but they said
We
they
have
think
at
we had
least
5.
4.
I have none, so.
Because we have 3 from, what's it called?
Well, I want to say that if I remember correctly, and I checked those item inventories and I don't remember seeing them, but I want to say that Markinor had 3 and I think Kaylin had 2.
Okay.
I had 1.
You had 1? Okay, so,
So-
3 on Markinor, 2 on Kaylin, 1 on Berwin.
I'm a cleric with 0
Mark that on your own inventory.
bonus to
if you don't mind.
intelligence. Okay.
So as you, Markinor, as you kind of channel in, concentrating, closing your eyes, and concentrating fiercely just on this magic, you're able to tell and see in your mind's eye the weave of magic. It is extremely complex, infusing this sepulcher. And as you start to move through, untying the pieces of the weave that you're able to tell will undo the entirety of the magic here, you slip and follow a false strand. And as you do so, the magic rebounds against you, and you take 11 points of psychic damage.
Ow, headache. I'm definitely not good for this. Kaylin,
That looked fun.
no, there was nothing fun about that. Though you're welcome to try if you are so inclined.
Okay.
And I hand him one of the amulets.
I pull out my own. It was the glyph. It was the glyph key, right?
Yeah, one of the glyph keys.
Yeah,
all I was
Markinor
holding
is, as this, the psychic energy permeates against your mind, you recoil, pulling your hand immediately away from the sepulcher. You feel in your pouch where you're holding your glyph keys, they seem to hum with energy, and it seems like they were assisting you with this process. It seems like each one was assisting you mechanically. You're getting a +1 for each glyph key on your person when you make the check.
to. Oh, okay.
You want to hand me a bunch of glyph keys?
Yeah, I would just hand the 3 that I have to Berwin.
That gives me 4.
Okay.
Asking me to do anything with intelligence is ridiculous.
All right, so you have all 6. Did Kaylin give you hers as well?
No one passed this information on to me, so I'm just
Can I get your glyph keys there?
Oh, yeah,
I
sure.
ask
Here
as
you
I'm
go.
stretching a bit. Oh. Okay.
I'm off of you.
All
I'm
right.
not intelligent.
That gives us what? We have 6?
You have 6 total, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's do this. And I put my hand on the sepulchre.
All right, concentrating very fiercely. Arcana or religion, your choice.
Arcana or
I have a
Religion
0 to religion
doesn't
as well as a cleric paladin. Just saying.
feels bad.
Holy crap.
So as you concentrate on this, once again, you can feel the energy kind of rising up from the glyph keys that you have in your possession as you see the weave once again in your mind's eye, and you start unweaving it. You're able to get much further, concentrating for much longer than Markinor did. But once again, you follow a false strand, and you take 3 points of psychic damage.
Ow!
See?
That was
Not quite enjoyable, is it?
who put these false codes in here, man? A dirty trick.
It's like it was made by a country full of wizards. It's crazy.
I'm afraid I would do no better than you guys would, but
I start psyching myself up to
I
try it again.
place my hand on Berwin's shoulder and cast guidance.
Okay.
All right, let's do this. And I put my hand on the thing again and start concentrating.
Okay.
Hey, that's much
6.
better.
All right. So as you concentrate this time, feeling a bit more intelligent about it, being able to see the deception that's inlaid with the weave of magic here, you concentrate on it. And it takes a few seconds. You see him concentrating. The rest of you see him concentrating for a good 30 seconds or so. Berwin, it feels much longer as sweat begins to kind of pour down your forehead as you concentrate real hard on this. And as you feel yourself moving through a part of this weave, you're able to unstrand it, and you feel the magic weaken within the sepulcher, and you do not take any psychic damage. But you feel like you're going to have to do that at least 2 more times to break the magic completely.
On the same sepulcher?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, that was not easy.
you got
Again,
this, man.
and I put
You
my
got
hand on
this.
it immediately again.
Okay.
Almost like almost like I'm having a little too much fun doing this.
Okay.
1d4. Just to make sure. Oh, so 17?
17.
As you concentrate on this, weaving your way through this next set of what appears to be 3 major strands, you start going down the middle one. Going through the intricacies of it, you're concentrating, and it's difficult. It's much more difficult than the first time. And as you move through, you feel yourself going up, and as you're about to untie one of the strands of this weave of magic, you stop. As you recognize this is another false one, you backtrack, retying the weaves, and then continue down the other path that you know is the true one. And as you open your eyes, as your concentration ebbs off, you feel that you've unwoven the second part of this magic.
Okay. That was got that one a little bit faster. I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Recast guidance on it.
Thanks, buddy. And hand on sepulchre. Let's go.
Yeah.
So as you move through the last one, you've just really become in tune with the magic here. You're able to figure out that it's this intense protection spell tied not only to the sepulcher itself, but also the items all within it. You see the different strands stranding out, going down to protect all of these items, just radiating menacing necrotic energy. And with that, you move down, not making a misstep at all. And as you go through, you're able to untie the final weave. All of you are able to recognize and sense as you feel the humming coming from the sepulcher vanish and stop. As this happens,
No.
as the magic ends on the sepulcher,
I place
Berwin, opening his eyes, the sweat beating off his forehead, he quickly wipes it away and looks at you with a bit of a smile on his face. Fountains of shadowy energy burst from the dark pool behind you to form an inky vortex in the open air at the vault's center. A gleaming black humanoid skull flies out of the vortex. It has a ruby in each of its eye sockets and 8 oversized glowing diamonds in place of teeth.
Oh no.
I need everybody to roll for initiative.
No.
Like 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Look at that initiative roll, guys. That's never happening ever again.
Oh my goodness.
This is what you see.
Oh,
Oh.
Whoa. That looks like more than 8 to me.
Listen, can't count real good.
Can't count good.
All right.
Interesting.
Put on your epic music, boys.
All right.
Just
One
Sure.
sec.
I love that we got the Markanor crit roll and the Aeon crit fail 15.
Which is in reality a 9.
So as this skull begins rising through the air, looking directly towards you, these 2 diamonds in place of its eyes, its mouth opens and this very grating cackle emanates out of it. And then it opens its mouth, almost extending its jaw too wide, and a blood-curdling scream, a howl, emanates all of your ears. You all raise your hands up and feel the energy leaving your body. I need all of you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Do I have?
Can you use guidance or whatever on that?
No.
I think it's on checks only.
It's checks.
Oh, it is ability checks only.
One
Oh,
sec.
well. Well, it was nice knowing you boys. I'm just gonna go hide in the sepulchre now.
Yeah.
Markanoi's gonna join me. We can cower in fear together.
So, as this creature howls, permeating not only your ears, but your entire bodies, all of you feel effects coming from this. Aeon and Kaylin, you look up and see just pure menace coming from this creature. You feel that it is stronger than anything you've seen, anything you may ever seen in the entirety of your lives, even past this point if you're going to survive. But you don't feel like you're going to. You're frightened until the end of its next turn.
Oh my god.
Markanor and Berwyn, unfortunately, are permeated even further by this creature's howl. As the energy courses through your body, you feel your body growing feeble and weak. Both of you fall to your knees, breathing heavily, and then collapse as both of you are dropped to 0 HP.
What?
What? Oh my goodness.
Well, that was fast.
Wow. Okay.
Well, shit.
So, Kaylin and Aeon, you see as Markanor and Berwyn collapse in a heap. Both of them not, their eyes closed, their bodies not moving, seemingly knocked out from this cursed howl that emanated through the room. Kaylin, it is your turn.
Fucking assholes.
Oh no.
Well, wait, aren't we frightened for a turn?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, you are.
So that's like nothing, right? Is that? I figured.
You
we're
just can't
frightened.
go closer to it.
Get real closer to it. Mm.
Can we still like attack or anything?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
You can't move any closer to it, and you have disadvantage. Excuse me. disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while you can still see that creature.
Mm-hmm.
Who do I want to do?
Recharge on 5 and 6. Just keep that in mind, boys and girls, because yeah, that's terrifying.
Alright. Well, I'm just gonna cast Sacred Flame on it. DC 18 dex save.
Okay.
And the whole radiant damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I am going to move over to the other side of my colleagues, further away.
All right. So as Kaylin raises a hand up, just pure fear in her eyes, quickly throws out this radiant energy, this ball of radiant flame, impacts and almost just slides off and around this creature. You see just a very tiny sliver of it seem to be damaged by it as she quickly retreats back behind the fallen forms of her comrades. Berwyn, I need a death saving throw.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's one failure.
Bourbon, please. Please no.
As Berwyn struggles for life, Aeolian and Kaylin, you see the creature looking towards you and its eyes begin to glow, and you feel necrotic energy coursing through both of your bodies. I need Constitution saving throws from both of you.
Is he gonna howl again?
No,
No.
not how.
Okay. Okay.
No, this must be a lair.
Oh well.
You know.
I have at
Okay.
disadvantage, but that's still just 18.
All right. So as you feel this, your life force being drained and drawn towards this creature, you're able to shrug it off as best you can, holding your life essence within you, and the energy drain does not take course through you.
Yeah.
Markinor, I need a death saving throw.
I succeeded.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right.
Don't die again.
Don't die again, Markinor.
Aeolian.
Well, I'll use my bonus action to move my Hunter's Mark to him.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming this is an hour has not passed yet.
No, it is not.
Okay, good. And then I'm just gonna shoot my arrow at him because 3 arrows to be specific because the start of combat.
The 26 and 22 will hit.
And boop. And boop. Let's see here. 1, 7, 14, 22.
Okay.
Fuck this dude. And I'm gonna move a little bit closer, but that's about it. My friends, that is.
Okay, I was gonna say not to hit.
Yeah,
All right.
Right.
So yeah, you let off 3 quick arrows. The skull, not being very large, moving lively through the air, dodges your first attack, but your second 2 arrows were able to ping off of it, not sinking into the skull, but glancing off, obviously doing some damage to it, but not a whole lot as it seems to resist against it. And it's its turn again. Okay. So with that, you see the creature once again doing the same, its eyes glowing as it targets Aeolian and Kaylin and attempts to drain the life from you. I need con saving throws from both of you again.
Do it.
Oh no! Wait,
no.
are we at disadvantage?
You're still frightened.
That's not an ability check, it's a saving throw, though.
Okay, so I mean that would be
That's
22.
Oh yeah,
I
there was
just have it
attacks
at
in that.
I have it at disadvantage just because the attacks.
Yeah, that's fine.
But,
Yeah, it was attacks and ability checks. So yeah, saving throws are not effective.
Yay! So 22, not 6.
Okay. Yeah, so both of you will succeed as this thing attempts to rip the essence of you after flying. It actually has to be a little closer, so it's going to fly up next to you down here. Squares are weird on it. Right there. There we go. Both of you are able to save against this effect, as you felt that it was much stronger than before. But that is its turn. Kaylin.
All right.
Do it. Do it. I don't know what you're gonna do, but do it.
You have 2 comrades down.
No, I know. Can I use an action? Did we say giving someone a potion was a bonus action?
Giving it as an action, taking it yourself as a bonus action.
Okay. So, if I know Markinor has one and gave it to him, would that be my full action, or would I have to take a second turn to do that?
No, you'd be able to get it on him and give it to him in one action.
Okay, so I grab I don't know, whatever potion of healing that Markinor has on him and shove it down his throat.
Yeah, just regular potion of healing.
All right.
So
I guess I'm just grabbing one. I don't know what it is.
make it
So it's
happen.
there.
Oh, ignore that top part.
All right.
9.
Okay, so as Kaylin steps forward, still peering at this creature, watching it out of the corner of her eye, she quickly rummages through Markinor's bag, pulling out a potion, tilts his head back as he kind of gurgles in pain, and shoves it into his mouth, tilting his head back to do so, and it drains down his throat. A few moments pass, and then Markinor's eyes bolt open. He looks around very confused through what just happened, but his body feels weak and weary from what he was hit by, but you gain 9 HP. Anything else?
Okay. No, that's it for right now.
Okay. As you step away, once again, Aelion and Kaylin, as it has not noticed that Markinor is awake quite yet, you feel this. Yeah, we'll do that again. You feel this energy draining from your body. I need con saving throws.
Not even on its turn? Come on.
So, Aelion, you're able to fight off the effects and keep your life essence. Unfortunately, Kaylin, you take 16 points of damage, and your hit point maximum is reduced by that as much as well.
Oh my goodness.
Holy shit.
Or similar magic. What is similar magic to Greater Restoration?
Wish.
That'd be like
Wish.
heal or something.
Yeah.
Heal would do it.
Curious. Huh.
Okay.
I have my spirit? What is it? Would that
It wouldn't do it, no.
healing spirit? No. Okay.
No, it'll heal
It
HP.
doesn't cure.
But it won't. But it
curse,
won't
like,
count for the. Okay. I
No,
was just
it has to be. Basically, Greater Restoration is like a 5th level, 6th level spell or something. It needs to be something
God.
around that level.
Yeah.
Since you get.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so
don't have near that access yet.
Markinor is woken up with the aid of a potion of healing, but unfortunately, Berwyn is still fighting for his life. I need another death saving throw.
I don't wanna.
Don't crit.
You got
don't
one,
crit,
right?
don't crit.
He has 2 failures now.
At least it wasn't a 1.
At least it wasn't a 1. This is true. All right. You are all able to tell that Berwyn, while still alive, is desperately fighting for his life, and it's not looking good for him. Markinor, you are
Yep.
awake and conscious now.
I sure am. And I'm going to use my bonus action to cast mass healing word.
Okay.
It's a bonus action? Wow.
Yep.
I thought that was an action.
+8.
For
And
max healing,
then
that's good.
yeah. And then on my main action, I'm going to use all 20 points of my lay on hands. And going to... Debating on how I want to do this. I want to back up and out of immediate view of the Lich here.
Okay. So everybody heals up for 8 if you haven't done so already, and if you're able to do so.
Berwyn should be able to, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say, hold on. I better verify this because that was like the point of me doing this was because I can bonus action.
I think it's Kaylin that isn't able to.
Yeah, I can't do anything, but
Okay.
that's the...
Yeah, I was just
I
making
haven't
sure because I
taken
was
any.
like that. If not, then I would just do the opposite and I would just do lay on hands on Berwyn and bring him up. But yeah, either way.
I haven't taken any damage, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you can see them, they get it. Feedback. So, yeah, you can clearly see Berwyn. Berwyn, you also wake up as this radiating word, just permeating with radiant energy, echoes across the chamber, healing up his allies. Markinor immediately retreats back away, still feeling pretty rough after
Time to
that
regroup,
blood-curdling
boys.
howl hit.
Time to regroup.
Okay. Aelion.
Well, Aelion is pissed with what this skull has done, so he's gonna step up as close as he can and pull out his swords and slash as much as he can.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 1, 2, and his bonus action.
Okay. 28 will hit.
And that's it. Oh my goodness. Well, that'll be for 13.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay.
I don't.
So as you do so, you step forward. This Demi-Lich just hovering over this pool of just muck. You quickly reach out with your rapier and shatter spike, slashing 3 times. Unfortunately, only the second shot is able to kind of glance off of its side, not piercing into it or anything, but definitely doing some damage to it. But shatter spike in your first rapier shot miss.
Now, is it just a skull, or is it like a full sort of
No, it's-
body?
Just a skull.
Okay. I
It's
just get that picture in my head.
It is a
Glance
floating.
off its...
Yeah, like none of your attacks are really like doing solid damage to it.
Right.
This thing,
It'll just kind of glance off its cheek
it's-
or whatever.
Even your magic weapons are going in and almost bouncing off like it's a normal stick or something. It's doing damage clearly, as you see it kind of batted around a bit, but it's definitely not piercing all the way into it.
I will get you.
All right. All right. So at the end of your turn, you see these dusty kind of like looks like bones that have turned to just dust at this point begin to swirl around it. Aelion, I need a con saving throw from you.
It's okay.
At
okay.
normal will be Constitution.
Ew.
11.
11.
Okay. So as these dusty remains begin to swirl around this creature, you try to raise your hand up to block it, but some of it goes into your eyes, and you start to desperately try to scratch out the remains of it out of your eyes. You are now blinded until its next turn.
Ugh, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
That'll put me at disadvantage.
Disadvantage on attacks.
Okay.
All right, on its turn, it is going to move away from Aelion, not disengaging, so you will have an attack of opportunity, but at disadvantage rather.
Haha.
27 will hit.
So 11.
Okay. Okay, as you do so, it doesn't move that far, or does it? Oh no, it does not. Float over here.
Okay. Yeah.
Alrighty, so on its turn, first and foremost. Shit. Okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
Once again, this thing opens its mouth, almost dislodging its jaw as it does so, and lets out a blood-curdling howl. Whoa!
Kind of starting to enjoy this whole
Being dead thing.
yeah, being unconscious thing, man.
Con save
Yes!
for everyone.
Wait, are we at disadvantage?
Come
You are
on, Markinor! Jesus
'Cause I
Christ!
just have that at disadvantage. If it's not, it's 11. If it is, it's at 5. And either way, I think I fall unconscious.
So unfortunately, as this blood-curdling howl fills the room once again, all of you are affected by it. But this time, Markinor goes down again. And Aeolion, you are also dropped to 0 HP and fall unconscious.
Okay.
And that's its turn.
This time
Does
I
that
have.
mean I'm still blinded?
No,
Yes.
'cause that was its next turn, so it's the blind that falls away. All right, Kaylin.
Okay. Okay.
At least Berwyn's not knocked out, though.
Ugh. What am I doing?
This is not good. We're gonna die.
Yeah. Same thing. Since I'm frightened, so I'm gonna just move back and shove another potion down Markinor's throat.
Okay.
Yay.
I know he's got a few of them on him.
I do.
Are you down to like 3 now?
2.
2. Okay. Okay. All right. Kaylin, seeing Markinor collapse once again, heaving and gasping in pain as the little bit of life he was able to regain leaves his body, quickly digs into his bag once again and shoves the tip of the bottle in there. Her body visibly shaking as she does so from the frightened effect of that ability. But Markinor is able to heal up for 8. Berwyn, you have a smidge of health and you're conscious.
Yes, and I'm not dead, so I'm gonna take one step over and cast Mass Cure Wounds. So everybody heals 20 HP.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
I was holding mine and I was hoping you were gonna cast that. Because
Oh, yeah,
I didn't
well.
want to pull it out of the ring yet, because that's like a last resort thing to me right now.
I still got one more too.
Yeah.
All right, so much like Markinor, Berwyn shouts out loud in this language that not everybody, not even Berwyn, can fully understand, but as he does so, radiant energy fills all of you, and you all heal up for 20. You are still prone, though, Aeolion, just so you know.
Okay.
Anything else, Berwyn?
No.
Okay. Aeolion and Berwyn, you feel the life energy being drained out of your body.
F
Con saving
off.
throws.
Which save is this?
Con saves.
Is
Con
it
saves
all
for
con
days.
saves?
It's pretty much all con saves.
Can I just be a fighter all of a sudden?
Oof. Okay. Berwyn will save, but unfortunately, Aeolion, you will take 9 points of necrotic damage, and your maximum HP will drop by the same amount.
Okay, so that's 81. I'll remember.
Oh wait, no, you won't take 9 damage. Sorry, I'm misreading that.
Yeah, you just drop your HP by
Yeah.
9.
Just drop
Okay,
your HP.
so
by
I'm
9.
Here we go.
If that affects your total, your actual
then it'll
HP,
drop.
then it will
Mhm.
lose that.
Yeah,
But
but if
Oh,
you're already,
okay.
you're not taking damage on top of that. So no, just your
Okay.
hit point maximum is going down.
Yeah.
Strength and energy and vitality is being sapped from your body. You feel overall weaker, but not weaker in your current state because you're already pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Markinor.
Okay. All
You're
right.
conscious.
So I am. Here's what I want to do. Kind of standing up. I'm gonna have to use half my movement to come to my knees here to move up from being on the ground. I'm going to use my action to cast Spirit Guardians at level 4.
Okay.
It is out of range currently, but I'm going to reach down, grab onto the eagle whistle, begin blowing it, and I will get 30 instead of 60 feet of movement. So I would go to here, kind of flying in the air. That gives me 15 feet, so it would be affected by the Spirit Guardians.
yes, the super OP shit coming out.
Yeah.
Just don't fly too high up.
No. I'm
Don't
just
be
kind of
Icarus.
I'm just kind of hovering. I'm just over the floor here. So it should affect him, so he'll do a wisdom save.
Okay.
And then after I see that the Spirit Guardians are starting to kind of wallop on him, I'm going to turn back and kind of return back where I was at.
All right. So, hitting him, he is going to succeed.
Save. So he'll take 10 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And then once I'm back on the ground, I'm going to drop the whistle out of my mouth and hold here.
All right. So as you move forward, these guardians beginning to swirl around your form as you fly through the air. You see them beginning to move towards the skull. The skull kind of dodges down beneath them. You see it actually caught just barely by it, but as you see it caught by this, after dodging the initial full front of it, you see that its body just kind of flows through your spirit guardians instead of being buffeted by them.
Excuse me?
Did not seem to take any damage from it.
Excuse me?
Excuse.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me?
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
Undead that doesn't take radiant damage.
No, it seemed like it was going to take damage, but it dodged it and therefore had an ability.
So if it saves
Stupid legendary creatures,
man. If it saves, then it can. Oh, come on.
Oh no.
I knew it. Damn it.
Okay.
So it's a rogue. Got it.
Basically, yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aelion, your turn.
I'm going to try and take cover around this pillar, and
Okay.
then so my hunter's mark is gone, right?
Yeah, when you
Yes,
drop
when you
it.
do.
Would've.
Yeah,
Right,
when you got
right,
knocked out.
I'm actually going to use hunter's mark again with my bonus action,
Okay.
and I'll shoot it a couple times with my arrows.
This isn't fun, chat.
And that would be Q.
Yeah.
Good shots. Good shots.
Both those hit.
10, 15, 25.
Okay.
And just kind of... So that was... Let's see here. So I did stand up. And that was 15 feet, right?
Yep, so you'll be able to move.
So that's as far as I can move. So I'm done. And I'm just kind of not quite sitting, but leaning against this pillar, like.
All right. Cannot reach you with any of its legendary actions, so it's not going to take one. All right. So as Aelion scrambles to his feet, kind of tumbling over to this pedestal over to his east, sitting back behind it, fires off 2 quick shots, both the arrows flying up and glancing once again off of this creature. Doing a little bit, you see scuff marks beginning to appear across this pristine, marble-esque skull. But it is definitely still coming.
No. Go away.
No.
No, you bastard.
Wow.
The
The
unfortunate
die.
rolls, man.
Yeah. So, once again, it lets out a blood-curdling howl.
Oh no.
Come on.
I don't want to.
I don't either, but
Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah!
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 All right. So it's this howl, this scream fills the entire chamber once again. The
Damn
rest
it,
of you
Aelion.
are, except for Aelion, are able to fight it off. Still feeling just immense pressure coming from this creature and becoming frightened from it once again. However, Aelion, unfortunately, is unable to fight it off in his weakened state and drops to the ground, unmoving.
this didn't help.
It is going to move back some more.
What a coward.
And that's its turn. Kaylin.
So this sepulchre you said was 6 feet tall, so I should still be able to line of sight it right now.
Yes.
Screw it.
It's 6 feet tall at its apex.
Yeah. Okay. Go, bitch. $27?
27 hits.
9 force damage.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it right now.
All right. So another series of Eldritch Blasts fly out, one of them going wide, the other one hitting it right in the front. You see the energy kind of displacing itself across its skull, dealing damage to it, but not enough to take it out, unfortunate.
I lied. I'm gonna
Berwin.
move away real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna run over next to Aelion and cast Cure Wounds.
Oh. For 10.
One. Ooh. I'm also bonus action gonna cast Guardian of Nature and select the Great Tree.
Ooh, good choice.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. So Berwin runs over to Aelion, seeing him falling once again, still recovering himself from the effects of that howl, but rushes over, stumbling as he does so, but immediately lays his hand on top of Aelion's chest, emanating radiant energy inside of him, healing him up and causing him to wake back up. Then Berwin begins to stand up, scowling up towards the demi-lich, and his skin begins to ebb and flow, and then it becomes bark-like, turning brown in the process. You see roots beginning to sprout out of nothing all around him, and he feels stronger for it. That being said, The Demi-Lich turns towards you, Berwyn. And you hear, much like with your mass healing spells, this word of power emanate through the room. Nobody can understand it, but Berwyn, you feel affected by it. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit.
As you feel this energy zapping into your body, you feel it beginning to take hold, weakening you even further, but then you're able to surge back up with the newfound power from your Guardian of Nature infusing you, and you're able to save against it. Markinor.
So it was here, right? In that square?
Yeah.
So I have to stay at least 30 feet from it, is that correct?
You cannot move any closer to it while you are frightened.
So I can't move forward any? Toward in the direction of it?
Yeah, essentially
Okay.
what's 45 feet away from you, you cannot get any closer than 45 feet.
Okay. So if I move there, I'm okay. I'm not moving closer. Yeah, cool. So right there, going to cast spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And it will make its attack. One second. Spiritual weapon, where are you? There it is. Uh, 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. And that is, yes, level 2. Dealing 11 force damage. And as I cast that out, what is my range? Yeah. I'm also going to basically, like, as soon as the spiritual weapon appears, immediately spring forth with with a sacred flame on it.
Okay.
For radiant dex save. Yep, so it takes nothing on that. And I'm immediately going to get back, taking the remainder of my movement, and shout out, somebody needs to silence it.
All right, so as you do so, moving over, you're not going to quite be able to get back there because these 2 squares here are rough terrain.
Oh, okay. So
Or
like
difficult
to here.
terrain, sorry. Yeah, so it'll just
Okay.
take your 20 feet, essentially, to go across that.
Okay.
By the way, mechanically not really doing much else, but so you summon this longsword that immediately lashes out, striking against it. You see even the longsword kind of glances off of it, not able to fully cut into the skull, but definitely hitting and doing some damage to it, as you feel that you're still too frightened to move any closer to it. Alien.
Excuse me. I'm gonna use my bonus action because I don't have silence. I will cast Healing Spirit. I'm just gonna drop it right on myself. Right
Okay.
in the square. So ignore the 4 because that's for Hunter's Mark.
Okay, so you'll heal up by 2.
Then I'm gonna shoot it with a couple of arrows.
Okay. 28 will hit. Anything else?
I will move over if everyone wants to move in that square for healing. But that's it.
All right. So you quickly summon this Fey creature into your space right next to you, and it kind of wafts through your body, and as it does so, you feel some vitality returning to you. Taking 2 quick shots right afterwards, you're able to hit it with one of them, but once again, just still glancing off.
Motherfucker.
This thing is not going to do that this time. Instead, 15, 20,
It's just gonna kill us.
It moves forward, floating right above this pedestal, and as it does so, you see its eyes moving back and forth between Aelion and Berwyn.
No.
Both
No.
of you need to make con saving throws.
No, don't do that.
No, we don't.
Stop it. Don't do that.
There we go. 13, maybe?
No.
Question mark?
No. No. Holy shit.
As this thing's eyes begin to glow once again, you feel the vitality being sucked from both of your bodies. Both of you not able to fight against it this time, as you both take 23 points of necrotic damage. You're able to clearly see the scratches and dings all across this thing's skull begin to diffuse and melt away as it heals itself.
So it heals itself 23, 31 HP.
31? Where are you getting 31 from?
Aelion only has 8 HP.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah, so. Can't quite heal that full round.
Unless it produces life force from nothing and just kills him.
Holy
That's
shit.
0, 13.
All right, so Aelion, unfortunately, once again, cannot take the brunt of this attack and falls to the ground, struggling for his life. Berwyn, you're hit with a massive shot as this thing hits you. Once again, you do see that its form returns back towards how it looked at the very beginning of this fight. And that's its turn. Kaylin.
Alright. Go for a bonus action. I'm gonna cast Far Step.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all the way over here.
Okay.
And for my action, I'm gonna throw 10 more Eldritch Blast time. 19 and 16.
Neither of those hit.
Alright, that's my turn.
Yikes.
All right, so much like Aelion tends to do, Kaylin vanishes from sight, reappearing up to the northwest of the chamber with the same fluid movement of her standing on this new space, quickly throws out 2 Eldritch Blasts towards the skull. Unfortunately, it turns towards her as the Eldritch Blasts fly towards it, and it lively moves through the air, dodging both the attacks. As that happens, the dusty remains begin to swirl around its body once again. Berwyn, I need a con saving throw.
Oh, F off.
As you said, get good.
16.
All right, so as these fragments of bone and dust start flying through the air, you're able to get your hand up in front of your eyes just in time to block it and not be blinded. Berwyn.
Okay.
Okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, guys. I
Oh,
gotta.
way over there. Okay.
I gotta
Whatever.
do Gotta do
Yeah, F it. Everybody except Kaylin, because now you're outside of 30 feet. Heal 25.
Beefy heal.
it. Mm-hmm.
Fucking shit, Aelion.
Sorry.
That was a big heal.
Super
And-
beefy.
Bonus action. Fire elemental.
Okay.
Yeah. Engulf it.
And that's my turn.
All right, so Berwyn once again lets out this word of power, healing up his allies, and then his body begins to morph in shape. Flames begin to lick out from his skin until it fully engulfs him, and he grows in size, becomes a fire elemental. Markinor.
So for the bonus action, the sword will move and attack.
Okay.
It's gonna miss.
That's gonna miss, unfortunately.
Yep. That's fine. For my move, I'm gonna come up here. Let it begin to lap over top with the Spirit Guardians. So 1 sec. And that was cast at 4th level, so I need to add a D8 to it. I think. Yes. So, here we go. So here. Yeah, it's gonna save, so it's gonna take no damage. That's cool. It's fine.
This is fine.
It's fine.
Oh no.
Asshole.
Yes.
And then once again going to send a blast of Sacred Flame as my primary.
Dex save.
And it saved on that too. Cool. It's cool.
It's fine.
This is fine. All of my radiant magic is just nothing. It's fine.
All right. So Markinor once again trying to do his tried and true tactics of assaulting this creature, just unfortunately unable to gain purchase on it. Yeah, Aeolion, you've gotten healed up. You're awake now. Still prone.
Well, I'll stand up. And it's right next to me, so I'll pull out my swords. Use my action and bonus action just to attack it.
Okay, 27 and 25 will hit
Holy
with a
shit.
dagger.
Oh, that's not what I meant. Well, sure, fuck it. Not even thinking about my Shatter Spike. Just pull out my dagger, and because I'm way out of it. So 11
Okay.
and 8, and then I'll use my action surge and attack it again with my rapier.
Oh no. Erwin doesn't have sight.
So he just kind of misses with his. He just kind of misses the Shatter Spike pulling out, and just pulls out a dagger instead. And I'm guessing both of those missed, right?
Yes, both of those missed.
Okay, so then the next two miss.
All right. So as you bring your rapier and surprisingly your dagger out, your rapier is able to gain purchase. You know, once again glancing off, doing some damage. You see new scratches appearing, indentations on this skull. Your dagger cleanly hits, but as it does so, you see kind of arcane runes begin to appear around it. It's just shoving away the dagger's damage completely.
Watch what I'm telling
This
you, chat.
non-magical implement unable to damage him at all.
Huh.
Even if he
Kind of
succeeds
pissed
this,
off,
or
pushes the
fails
dagger
this.
away and pulls out,
Son of a bitch.
All right.
He's
so
probably
he's gonna
got
save
legendary
once
resistance
again
anyways.
from
So
the Spirit Guardians.
mhm.
But now, after regaining some of its undead life force, it lets out a blood-curdling
Fuck
howl.
you.
Back off.
please save. Hey.
There's 1, 2.
So good.
Yes.
Actually, don't think I can pull out my.
Kalen does not have to, not within 30 feet. All right, you all save this time.
Yeah.
Figured
I don't
out
think
the
I can
cheese.
pull out Shatter Spike, but you know.
You all feel this magic enter you, this just pure fearful presence enter you. All become frightened again as this creature just seems like it's just impossible to kill. but none of you go down this time from the Howl attack. And with that, it is going to move away from you two. You will both have attacks of opportunity if you so choose to want to do it.
Do I get two attacks?
No,
Since
just
I have
one.
multi-attack? Okay, that's what I thought. But either way, I'm doing the rapier, and that'll miss, right?
Unfortunately, yes. Both of your attacks will miss as you try to hit the skull as it flies away very quickly away from you, unable to gain purchase on it. Kaylin.
All right.
Do it. Do it!
Do anything.
Man, this is tough. This is really tough.
26.
Yeah.
12 force damage.
Nice. Okay, anything else?
Ooh. Nope, that's it.
All right, so as your Eldritch Blast fly out, you've noticed, compared to the other weapons that are being wielded against this creature, your attacks via magic seem to be finding home and hitting it directly, even if they aren't doing a whole lot to it. But you're able to hit one of these Eldritch Blasts into it as it sails away from Berwyn and Aelion, dealing a good chunk of damage to it, but it is definitely still raring to go. Berwyn.
How is my... I need to check beyond, because I think
can't
my
move
spell
closer
list is
to
wrong.
it, can I?
No.
Negative.
I am.
Wait, didn't it go since it went... Since it did the,
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't the frighten be
Wait.
over?
Mm-mm.
No, it frightened
Or is that-
on its turn.
It
To the
was
end of
the
its
start of
next
its
turn.
turn, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Gonna move right here, keeping the 10-foot distance, and actually, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go the other way and come right up here and sit right here and wait.
Okay. Holding an action, or
Yeah, on the dumb choice by him that he comes close to me.
okay. All right. So Berwyn skitters across this lake, moving very quickly, but not staying in it for obvious reasons. Markinor.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move 10 feet. It's going to be hit. I'm going to stay... That's 15 foot there. As long as I stay within 15 foot, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to have to save. Hey, it's going to do half damage. Unless it has legendary action to mitigate it.
And as you're able to finally grant purchase with your spirit guardian, seeing that it's about to be hit by the full force of it,
Of course.
you see arcane runes once again appear around its body, and it instead saves against the spell.
Of course it does. The weapon is gonna fire too. So longsword, magical attack, 17, gonna miss.
Gonna miss.
Okay. And then 5, 10. And the last of my movement, I guess, will be right here.
All right. Markinor still trying to find something to affect this creature, just unable to do so. and moves to a more advantageous position in the process. As he does so, Aeolion, you're the only one close enough. I need a con saving throw.
No.
Once again, your energy drains away and you lose 8 points off your maximum health pool.
So 73 is my max.
All right. Aeolion, now it's your turn.
Alrighty, so I'm still frightened, right?
Correct.
And so that means I have disadvantage?
On attacks.
Okay. I'm gonna move down next to Markinor. Stepped over a little bit. And I will attempt to shoot a couple of arrows at him.
Okay. Uh, 23 will hit. Okay.
I'm done.
All right. 2 arrows fly out as you move away, finding yourself kind of climbing on top of these rocks, separating from the floor above or beside you. But you're able to take shots in. 1 arrow hits, but once again, glancing off of it. And
That
No.
motherfucker, man.
Stop it.
F off.
it is going to fly over this way. I think. Let me see. Yeah, it's gonna fly
He's gonna
over that
make
way.
it come over towards us.
Hovering above this
Ooh.
pedestal, and lets out another blood
Oh,
curdling
F
howl.
off.
Erwin and Kaylin. Con saving throws.
You got this.
Telling you, we just need to drop silencer. I don't have silence.
Got it. And got it. All right. Both of you able to fight off this effect once again. Not dropping completely, but being frightened as you see this thing now paying attention to this group up top instead of the one down low. And that's its turn. Kaylin. Where can I run to now?
Oh, yeah. And bounce. Yay, Force Spell. I got 10 rounds of where can I run to. Fully plan on using it. And then 23,
Mm-hmm.
7 force damage.
Good chunk of damage to it. Anything else?
That was action, bonus action.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So
move. I still have movement, so I'm gonna move over for you.
I don't have.
Okay.
And I would
As an Eldritch Blast sinks into this creature, it turns its diamond eyes towards Kaylin and begins floating her direction. Let me hide these two guys. They're on the way. All right. And it moves 15 feet this way.
He can move not even on his turn? What the fuck?
This is the scariest encounter you've been in.
Oh my god.
All right. Fire Elemental Berwin.
I'm just gonna move over here, and yeah, that's it.
All right. Berwin just unable to chase this thing down, unfortunately. You are not frightened anymore, just so you know.
But I was.
But you were. Well, no. At the end of its turn, you were unfrightened.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna go give it a hug. Come here, bitch.
What's your movement speed?
50.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
He's gonna take 6 damage because I'm giving him because he's sharing my space and getting toasty with me.
Okay. Going back to what we said before, please try not to move directly on top of him because I can't
Oh,
click him.
my bad.
Yeah, you can just tell me and I'll.
Is there any way to send my token?
You could
Behind?
click on the Demi-Lich and send
I
it to the
could.
front.
I mean, I can send you to the back, but like I said, it's
Yeah,
It's not fully necessary, just because
Yeah.
you're not going to finish the turn
Yeah.
there anyway. So
I can though.
can. It just makes my life harder. Please don't.
No,
do
Yeah.
He said that.
that. I actually like you guys, and I'm still kicking your asses.
Okay, I'll move there because I'm still sharing his space.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna touch him twice.
Okay.
The 23 hit.
It does.
11. 22, I'm guessing. If a 22 hits,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
22 total fire damage.
All right. Anything else?
Does he catch on fire?
Are you doing anything else?
No.
All right. So as you move down, engulfing this creature, your natural
Fuck it,
heat
I'm
able to
going
do a
for
little
it,
bit of
chat.
damage to it. But as you
Ready?
swipe both of your hands through it, your hands dissipate as they cross across this creature, and you see your flames are doing nothing to it from your attacks.
Oh my god.
Cool.
Okay, Markinor.
Okay.
Hold on. I'll get back to you in a second.
Okay.
Okay. Once again, reaching down, I'm going to insert the whistle into my mouth. Moving at
Giggity.
60. I said whistle. Whistle. So giving me 60 feet of movement, but I'm only going to take 40 to get here. Spirit Guardians. And of course it did.
Jesus.
So as I'm landing, I'm going to reach at my side, smash one of the holy water vials onto the hammer, and I'm going to bring it down on top of this thing.
Okay.
So here, normal roll, 19.
Will miss.
Son of a bitch. One sec. Oh, and I can't change that now because you've already told me it misses. Because I would have guided strike that, but that's fine. Can I War Priest if I miss the attack? Let me check. As long as I use my attack action, I can make another attack action with a bonus. So, okay, I'm good. So yeah, I'll use another War Priest here and attempt to bring it down on top of it. Again.
Did you use your bonus action already?
No.
To smash the vial?
Is that what we said that is?
I believe so.
Okay, if that's
been a
what it
while.
is, then we'll not do that then. So
Yeah, I think it was a bonus action and it lasts for 2 turns. I have it in a note somewhere, but I don't have it on me right now.
okay, so then okay, sure, that's fine. So yeah.
Just to make it have some kind of economy, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. So first attack, unfortunately, unable to hit it after you smashed in there, knowing
Can't
this
do
to be a
anything.
definite undead creature, hoping that it will do some extra damage to it. Just unfortunately, it's just moving too fast. It's too small. This is a tiny object or a tiny creature, super hard to hit. The undead remains begin flying around it again. Con saves from Berwyn and Markinor.
Mm-hmm.
Got this.
Nice.
17.
Damage?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're
Yeah.
your thingy, your bark skin shit. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So neither one of you are blinded as these remains buff it into you. Aelion.
Take the shield.
Love
Alrighty,
it. Dark
so-
skin works on the fire elemental.
I'll
Mhm.
move up here. And I'll just kind of peek around the corner and shoot a couple arrows. Am I at disadvantage?
You are not feared anymore, so no.
Okay, so 20 and 29.
Both hit.
Boop and boop. So 14, 9 and 5.
Okay.
If it doesn't
And
hit
then
on
I'm
this
gonna
turn,
sneak back around the corner.
All right.
I think I know what I'm going to
And
do.
that's it.
So 2 more arrows fly out. The fear coursing through him, through Aeolian, finally able to ebb off and takes 2 shots. Both of them hitting in the same manner they've been hitting all fight, glancing off, not doing full damage to it, but definitely starting to see some cracks and fatigue through this creature.
You got this.
At the end of your turn, the dusty remains fling up again. Con saves from Berwyn and Markinor once again.
Motherfucker.
All right. Berwyn is able to save. Unfortunately, Markinor, you were unable to, and bits of debris fly to your eyes, and you will be blinded until its next turn.
So that's...
Now.
Okay.
So you're blinded for a second.
Con save or wisdom save 2, please.
Wisdom save. Yeah. All right.
I mean, not that it matters, because
But hey, as long as it's good
saves,
about rolling it.
whatever. It's fine.
All right. So this thing starting to look a little beat up and bruised is going to turn towards Markinor and Berwyn, and you feel the life within you being leached out. Con saves.
Wait, I need to check something.
From everybody?
No,
No.
just
Okay, just the 2.
Just me.
Sorry. I ran in and grabbed a drink real quick.
Oof.
Motherfucker.
You both take 18 points of necrotic damage as this thing seeks the life out of you, drawing it into itself.
Okay, that's just a damage spell, though, right?
Yes,
It's not
just
a
damage.
max HP.
Well, that, and you see some of the most
Well,
of
yeah,
the
and the healing, yeah.
most of the damage that it has
course.
taken once again ebbs off and falls away.
Run away!
And with that, it is going to move there. Both of you will have attacks of opportunity if you so choose.
Yep, mine's
They're
a
a
disadvantage,
blink.
apparently.
For you, Berwyn, not really.
Come here! Want to touch
Miss.
you.
And miss, unfortunately, as it slips away from your grasps, flying back over this pool. And Kaylin.
Oh. All right. More fun. So, bounce.
Okay.
One more big numbers.
27 hits.
15.
You know,
Big solid hit.
all I wanted
And then
was just one crit attack.
Move back
Wait.
away again. All right. 2 more Eldritch Blasts come out as Kaylin winks out of existence, appearing in line of sight, firing, and then moving away again. Hit and run tactics in full force out of Kaylin, doing good chunks of damage every time, but just not enough to fight against this healing ability. Berwyn.
Stupid.
There we go. There we go.
No, 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 no. I'm just gonna be a distraction and go up and surround him again.
Okay.
I'm guessing he's just immune to fire.
So, to give you the full reasoning, is something I had to look up before the session during my prep. He's essentially immune to non-magical attacks by weapons, and when you wild shape into it, unless it clearly states, and I'll double check
It does. It does. It's once I hit 6th level in the circle of the moon, all my wild shape attacks count
Oh, count as
as
magical.
magical
weapons.
for dealing with resistance.
Okay. In that case,
That's only for circle of the moon though.
right. Okay, that's why I missed it then.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's what I had to go look up, and I said I'd get back to you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you correcting me. Okay. I've redone the damage you would have done to him.
Okay.
It wasn't enough to get him low enough, so.
No, I
But yes.
wouldn't imagine it is, but at least it's not that he's just straight immune to fire.
He
That
be
would've
if you weren't high
sucked.
enough. Yeah, if you weren't high enough level, you would be.
Although I'm not sure I'd be doing anything against as a level 5 anyway.
Yeah, you would be running, I'd hope.
Yes, unless you're playing a barbarian with an intelligence of 2.
Okay, so.
I'm gonna share his space again.
Okay.
So he takes that damage. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong one. That one. 9 fire damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna touch him twice.
Okay.
21 and
Ooh.
22.
Both hit.
So 14,
Yes.
28.
21, 29 total between the two.
14.
And then an 8 plus 7.
Oh, 8 plus. Okay, I read 8 plus 6.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so 29.
No, it's the plus 6 because
yeah,
second
so
was
that 20.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 29 from the touches.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. As Berwin moves out across this pool of liquid, stepping through it to move forward, engulfs the lich and then immediately grabs onto it with both its hands, able to hit both of its attacks with its arms, dealing a good chunk of damage. You see scar marks going all the way around it as it takes this massive amount of fire damage to it. But it's still standing. And the end of your turn. It is going to look at you, Berwin.
Yes.
And once again, I need a wisdom saving throw.
No. There we go.
Ooh, yeah, 21 nails it. So yeah,
Yes.
you feel this crippling energy trying to infuse through your body, but you're able to fight it off, burning it in the fire of your own form, and it doesn't do anything. Markinor.
Am I still blinded?
No.
No? Oh, sweet. Thinking. One sec. Because I'm trying to think of how I want to do this, because this is gonna be tricky. I want to... Okay, I'm gonna keep blowing the whistle, and I'm gonna move forward and bring the warhammer down on top of it. Or actually, before I do that, my bonus action, I'm going to use Channeled Divinity Vow of Enmity. So I'll have advantage on weapon attacks or attack rolls against a creature for a minute.
Okay.
And then now I'm going to strike it with the warhammer at advantage.
Natural 20 will hit.
Yes. And I'm gonna cast Divine Smite.
Okay.
Because fuck this guy at 4th level.
Yes.
So this There's Divine Smite. So 16 plus 19.
Wouldn't the Divine
Actually, that's
Smite be
26 from Divine
oh, yeah.
Smite.
No, that'd be right. 20. Yeah, 26. Yeah. Okay. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That's the perfect time to smite.
Yes, it is.
It's the only time to smite.
That's why I went ahead and burned the 4th level I had. So yeah, 19 and 26 we said? Yeah. Wait. 26 or
26 from Divine Smite. Or no. 16
No.
and 16 is 32.
32? Okay, so 32 from the Divine Smite and 19 from the weapon attack.
51.
And also, it will have... One second. Minus 2 on this because of holy water. So that's going to be that. So an additional 6 from the holy water.
Okay.
Does the holy water get doubled too?
No.
Okay.
And then I want to
59.
fly back, but I want to stay within range of this thing.
Okay.
And drop down and land on the ground here.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't think I can do anything else.
You did a lot.
I think I did everything there. That was like the perfect time for Vow of Enmity too.
Yes, it was.
All right, so Markinor blowing the whistle once again brings up. We'll say before you took off with the whistle, you cast Vow of Enmity because you do have to utter a phrase to do that. So, kind of cursing this demi-lich, flies into the air, and as he does so, he brings the hammer Durganon down, it radiating with holy energy as he does so, flaring even more so with the holy water spread across it, slamming down. You see a big chunk of its skull fall out of its head, leaving just an empty crevice from this massive hit.
Yes.
This thing wavers in place, kind of bobbing back and forth, obviously taking a huge amount of damage from that.
Yeah.
Aelion.
Fucking.
Well,
Finally.
he actually didn't see any of that, but
Can come back around. It's a missing part of its skull.
Oh, look at that! Kind of.
Did I do that?
Aim towards the that hole, and shoot a couple.
Ooh, both hit.
Yes. Yes. Come on.
And then,
Let's bring
okay,
this
so
fucking thing down.
12, 20, 31. Probably
And
hit that.
as these arrows fly through the air,
Yes.
the first one ricocheting off of its jawline, Aelion takes a deep breath before he fires off the second one. And as he does so, he aims directly for the hole that Markinor just created with his massive hit from the Hammer of Durganon. You see the skull beginning to rotate towards you, but not in time to dodge the arrow as it pierces through its head, going into the inside of its skull. Berwyn, you see the arrow burst through its skull, flying through towards you. And as this happens, the skull turns to black ash that floats away, and the 8 gems embedded in it fall into the pool below you.
Catch them.
I can't.
Oh
Or
my
can
God.
I?
Okay, guys, only 11 more.
Did I do that?
Oh,
And
holy
you find yourselves out of combat as the demi-lich Hazit Ghul has been slain.
What was his name?
Oh.
That was the big boy.
That was that
That
was
was
the
the
one
big
we were looking for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit. Yes.
Yes.
He died rather quick there once we actually got to attack.
It's crazy when you're not on the ground dying. So yeah, as this is happening, Berwyn's still standing in this pool, unfortunately, takes 9 necrotic damage.
Oh no.
And I'm floating right above.
You're not floating, you have to walk over to get to him.
But he's a fire element. He's just
I gave him
burning
the
it away.
It's a little stronger than his fiery form.
I move out. I'm standing. I have 1 foot on the pedestal right next to me.
If you had done that, you would have done all
Okay.
your
Look,
attacks at disadvantage. So.
All I know is when we came in here and I used Divine Sense and Havoc's like, yeah, some necrotic shit all around you. I'm like, I see a pool of mud. I'm not standing there.
Yeah. I took special care not to step in it. Thank you very much.
So as you find yourselves tired, weary, but still somewhat in fighting shape, you know that one of the sepulchres has been destroyed or deactivated its magic. But there are more. There are 8 more in this room. What do y'all want to do?
So there were items in the sepulcher, right? What happened to those? Can we
They're
tell
still
if
standing
they're are they still radiating that sort of
You did. You can destroy him now.
energy?
Excuse me, Kaylin, if you would.
What?
Fire elemental talk, Enignin.
Yeah. I'm also on top of this sepulchre right now because I'm bored.
Okay.
Got a little far step. I can just jump on top of it.
I go in and just start obliterating everything,
All right.
I don't care.
destroying
so as you do so, you see all these just ornate items all over the place. You know, amulets, daggers, things of that nature. Berwyn immediately walks in after knowing that he had dispelled essentially the magic protecting the phylacteries, and immediately just sets them all on fire, crushing them between heavy hits. You see amulets just being destroyed. You see trinkets of all sorts of different sizes and shapes, scroll tubes and symbols with skulls and representations of unholy gods, all being just completely obliterated until there's nothing left. Okay.
So only 11 more to go.
Yep. It's fine. This is fine.
Hopefully it won't take all 11. Or all 12, I suppose.
The other ones are still radiating energy, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Of course they are.
And I can't focus and dispel it. Did I?
But you kept your wits about you.
I do. I still have my mental capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which
And I
is,
do technically-
minimal at best.
I do technically still have the stones in my possession.
Yep.
So there's the stupid gargoyles on all the doors.
How big's the keyhole, and does it go all the way through the door?
Kaylin would be able to tell you that, yeah, it seems to be in there, but it seems to be kind of a magically crafted thing after seeing that it disappeared with the unlocking being done.
Did anybody pick up the gems and stuff?
That fell into the pool.
I mean, you can go swimming if you want.
No, I'm not going to stay in it. Obviously,
I tried to
but
catch them.
Can I walk in and just start picking them up and then pull away and get out of the pool? Will I still take damage?
Nah. You'll be able to go in there and find them. Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
While he's doing that, can I start dispelling the deal on this one?
It's good.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and do the same checks as before, Arcana or Religion. Yeah, Markinor, as you start moving, wading through as quickly as you can through the sludge here, you're able to move down to where you saw the Demi-Lich fall.
Mhm.
That's one check, Berwin. You got success.
Okay.
You're able to find 2 rubies as well as these 8 somewhat large glowing diamonds in the pool, and you only take 1 bit of damage as you're searching.
Okay. And I'm able to gather all of them up.
Yeah,
Okay.
you won't be able to get all of them without taking damage, but you only
Yeah.
take 9.
That's fine.
Everyone's on fire.
Literally.
All right, so is
Yeah. Go ahead.
all right. As Markinor's retrieving these, kind of clearing his boots off of this stuff, as this necrotic energy just eating away his armor and clothing, taking a little bit of damage in the process. Berwin busies himself unraveling rather the weave of magic on this sepulcher, and as he does so, he's able to clearly tell this time exactly how to do so and makes quick work disabling the magic within the sepulcher, but the doors remain locked.
Okay,
So the lock doesn't pass through the door, correct?
no.
Okay.
No.
That would have been too easy.
However,
I'm going to move over to this one.
yeah. So the
And do the
gargoyles
same
on the
thing.
door.
No gargoyles now?
Oh, there's
Ouch.
still, yeah, there's still gargoyles thing.
But yeah, did they activate like last time when we?
Well, I haven't unlocked the door yet,
Oh, right. It was when we did that. It wasn't when we dispelled the thing.
but I'm wondering if I'd cast. Well, I guess I'd still. Yeah, probably won't work. There's still way too much magic in this room. I'm wondering if we can smash the gargoyles before we unlock the door. Well, they're inanimate.
Or was it the fact that or was still enchanted with magic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So otherwise, we're going to be fighting a bunch of gargoyles. So you might want to.
Havoc, would I know anything about the purpose of these gems?
Give me a history check.
Okay. I probably know nothing.
Hey.
Better than usual.
So, as you're recalling, being in tune with the knowledge of the undead and knowing that liches and demi-liches are kind of the epitome of undead, you know that when a lich eventually turns into a demi-lich, forgoing its body completely and becoming just a floating skull, it keeps its power, losing all of its spell casting for the most part, but keeps its power to continue on with immortality through the gems that it inlays into its skull. You know that this power that it uses is the same that it needed to maintain its lichdom beforehand, and that is the souls of people, of creatures.
Oh. I'm gonna hold my finger up and say, one moment. And I'm gonna move over here. And I want to place the gems on the ground and bash them with the warhammer.
All right. Berwin, your Arcana check failed.
Yeah, I
You
figured it.
took- Oh wait, no, it didn't actually, because you have.
Oh yeah, +6 or whatever.
+6.
So yeah, it's difficult for that one, but you're able to get through it.
Okay.
Markinor, as you bring down, seeing one of these rubies, you bring down another success, failure, and you take 1 point of psychic damage. This one you take 11 points of psychic damage.
Ow!
Markinor, as you bring the hammer down on top of one of these rubies, you smash it into these thousands of crystalline pieces, rather. And as you do so, this terrible scream radiates all around you as you see wisp of energy escaping from the gem you just smashed.
Ooh. I would like to continue to do so for all of these gems.
Okay.
So yeah, just one after another.
Yeah, no, it's an excruciating task that wears on your mental state as you can obviously tell that you're freeing these long trapped souls inside these gems, but they let out howls of pain and suffering, long trapped within the confines of these gems. But with that, you're able to go through all 10 of them and smash them to pieces, thus ending any power that may have been still remaining in them.
How's that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And with the third check, you're able to finally unravel the last safeguard, keeping this magic functioning on the sepulcher.
I'd like to move back over to the other one and kind of put my arms up in a, what? And point to Kayla and point to the lock, back and forth, like do like hands in a twisting motion type thing.
So you want me to open the lock?
I nod my head.
I figured as much. Okay, same thing I did last time.
All right.
Yeah.
Useful with it if you're doing the dancing lights again.
Yeah.
Okay.
18.
Yeah. So as you once again illuminate the inside of this lock, you begin going through it, dodging the pitfalls that you ran into earlier, and you're able to unlock this lock. As you do so, the door clicks audibly and then swings open. The gargoyle visages still remaining on the door and not animating and attacking.
Okay. Now I feel more comfortable.
As
Must-
the doors
Step out of the way.
open, I just swoop in and just start destroying everything.
Okay.
Okay, I'll move over to the other one.
So much the same, Berwyn goes through in, seeing all these objects, obviously phylacteries, and begins destroying them all, making short work of this process in his fire elemental form. All right, same thing, Kaylin. Oof, yeah.
Nice. Nice.
The lock, as you're sinking your, part of your hand into it to try to undo it, the lock collapses and you take 3 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, I deserve that one. Ow. Try this again.
Can we not?
Do you want to try and lockpick it?
Oh no, I'm saying to the lock. Could we not? Don't do that. Stop hurting her.
Oh no, you pissed me off. I'll roll better.
Don't worry,
So
that's not happening again.
As Kaylin kind of looks down at her bloodied hand, a bit frustrated, goes back to work on the lock and is able to once again unlock it very deftly. And the doors swing open once again without any gargoyles animating.
I don't go in there. Instead, I go to go up this wall over here to floor 2. But now here, right?
Yes.
Right in
So
here.
as you're climbing up the wall, give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay.
Marketer, you want to have some fun in there?
And just kind of grin and grab the warhammer.
Oh, that's not gonna matter. Same. 15.
As you start to move up, walking over this rubble, you start to step up, trying to walk vertically off the wall. Unfortunately, the gravity makes you take a misstep and you fall back down to the floor you were on into the rubble. What's everybody else doing?
I think Kaylin and Mark and Or are getting ready to go inside this sepulcher here.
I'm sure Marketer's going to go ape shit with the hammer.
Yeah.
I'm just going to watch.
Alien
Yeah.
2 is just watching.
So you're destroying everything, Marketer?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go
Alright.
in and just start bashing everything into small pieces,
Okay, so
or try to.
Everybody give me perception checks except Markenor.
Ouch.
Not supposed to.
That's solid, man.
Aelion and Kaylin, as you're looking around the room, Markenor smashing all these items inside there, your eyes are drawn up to the center of this pyramidal chamber, and you see that when Khazad Ghul appeared, this vortex had risen up, and you see that this vortex is still remaining in the middle of this room, kind of moving around, undulating with dark energy swirling around. As Markenor goes through and smashes the last of the phylacteries inside this sepulcher, you see and hear the white pedestals crumble to rubble around you,
Uh-oh.
and the dark pools on all the walls dissipate, leaving behind black ash. The vortex overhead collapses, spilling black ash and diamonds onto the floor. The glyph keys on Berwyn, out of his fiery form, begin to pulse with blue light and subtle vibrations. The black gate, or the gates rather, on all the different floors begin to pulse in time with the keys. The entire room begins to vibrate and shake all around you. The rubble on the ground moving and tossing itself about. What do y'all want to do?
Time to go?
I move towards the gate, drop elemental form.
Do I notice this since I didn't?
Oh yeah, you hear and you
Okay.
don't see everything, but you're hearing
But I
and
hear it.
feeling everything shuddering around you. Berwyn, give me a intelligence check, Arcana check again.
Anna.
The hell
That's a
is
really
that?
good roll.
As you're moving around the room, you can definitely tell with these sepulchres and their phylacteries destroyed, the magic holding this place together is failing, and the phylactery vault is collapsing.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
As I reach the gate, I yell out, "Everybody, we gotta get out of here. We do not have time. We must leave now." Yeah, the whole place is kind of collapsing in on itself.
Is this
Dash action, run.
Yeah.
is this enough to kill Khazad?
Well, considering the whole place is now destabilizing and probably not going to last much more than 30 more seconds, I think we're pretty good.
How big are these diamonds that are being dropped to the ground? Just curious.
Fairly large, actually.
Can I, like, as I'm running, I'd like to reach down and just grab, like, a couple handfuls of them as I'm kind of running towards this portal.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Yo, they're diamonds, and I can use diamonds.
Cleric
Yeah.
Paladin taking cursed diamond.
Mhm.
Well, the warlock will.
I didn't grab any. Never mind. They just slipped in my
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah, unfortunately, they fell around you.
Can I grab some though?
You're able to get 3 of them, Kaylin.
Yeah.
So as this is happening, running across the room, sprinting across, you all, as you're making your way back to the Black Gate, you see the walls begin to crumble. And as you see the walls start to crumble, you see what was lying behind them. You see a void of black nothingness lying behind them. You make your way across the room, heading towards the Black Gate, still pulsing in time. Berwyn shifting out of his form. As he does so, these glyph keys resting in his pocket, still pulsating with blue light in time with the Black Gate. Kaylin quickly grabs a couple of these diamonds, falling out of the air from this vortex spinning up above you as it just starts to move and evaporate into the air.
Run.
You move forward, Berwyn quickly reaching into his pocket, fishing for the glyph key to get him out of here. Drops one of them in the process, but pulls another one out and clearly sees the picture of the gatehouse in his head. And as he does so, you all see as the wall right above you begins to collapse. Large boulders of rock heading straight for you. As you wink out of existence, white light blinding you, and you appear back in the gatehouse.
Oh, thank God.
What
Yes,
the
sir.
fuck just happened?
Holy ball.
Markinor kind of rests his hands on his knees and kind of looks up. Do I see Syranna's face anywhere?
After a few moments of you reappearing back in the gatehouse, catching your breath, checking yourselves, making sure you weren't actually crushed by the rocks and boulders that were clearly falling down on top of you, Syranna's face once again appears before you. And she looks at you, and you see her head kind of tilting, and she shakes her head no. And the vision of her, the picture of her presented before you, vanishes. You kind of look around confused for a few moments. And the gate directly to your right lights up, white light swirling for a moment. And you see this dark-colored elf, clearly the form of Syranna, standing before you. And as she does so, she walks over towards you, and with a very deep bow, she bows to all of you. She says, "My friends, I have just gotten word. The Doomvault is in chaos. Parts of it are self-destructing, falling apart. Everything they've worked for inside there has been undone, thanks to what you have done." And once again, she lowers her head in a bow. "I cannot thank you enough. What you have done today will allow us to slay most, if not all, of Szass Tam's servants and go for the devil himself."
You think you can defeat Szass Tam himself?
With a bit of a shrug, she stands back up, resting her hand on this long curved blade that she has at her side. She says, "That I do not know, unfortunately. He is strong, stronger than any other lich ever conceived in the world of darkness that they come from. That being said, we never would have had a chance to break his tyranny if not for your actions. So once again, I thank you."
Helion just kind of not quite collapses, but just sort of sinks on his haunches and sort of exhaustion.
Markinor looks up and says, "So then, what is the next step?"
And as you ask that, she steps back and kind of leans against the wall next to you all. And with that, she kind of shrugs. She says, "We will not know quite yet. This is just a development that has recently happened, obviously. We've already sent some agents out to start assaulting the palace where Szass Tam and his officers, his generals and lieutenants of his undead army reside. An all-out offensive is taking place now, even as we speak. But as far as you have done more than enough, and your friends," kind of thinks, "you know the ones. They have requested your presence, so if you would like to go home now, it can be arranged."
Still so many questions. I look back at the others and back over at Syranna and kind of nod and say yes, it would be nice to go home. It has been a while.
My head is calling.
With that, with the ever so subtle appearance of a smile on Syranna's face, just one corner of her mouth being tugged up, she nods to you. She says, "Very well. May you rest easy, and once again, we thank you." And as she says that, she raises one hand, and this series of arcane runes appear right in front of her, and she kind of taps in a sequence across them, almost like typing into a keypad. And after that, she hits a small corner of it, and as she does so, blinding white light surrounds you completely, and you find yourself standing back in your keep.
Okay, that was cool.
Hit a number in pound.
And as you find yourself back in familiar surroundings, you know that the friend that was here before no longer is waiting for you. Where he might be exactly, not too sure, but you know that you've made it through this harrowing encounter, killing a demi-lich, making it your way through the Doomvault, gathering the information, and dealing a devastating blow to Szass Tam and his undead army. But that is where we're going to end the session for the evening.
Wait! Before we do that, the floor, is the marking still on our floor? That rune, that teleportation thing that brought us there.
Yeah, as you look at you see this ornate, throw rug sitting on the floor, and you don't see any runes and such on it. But as you take a step off of it and lift it up, you see clearly the markings of a teleportation circle are underneath it.
Yeah, gonna have to disable that.
Don't want any people coming in here.
Fuck that shit.
So with that,
Really cracks a keg.
you're able to find the comforts of home once again, and you will all level up to level 11.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. Okay. I'm done. No more. No more. I'm done with that fucking place. No, that was awful.
That was sketchy.
All of that was awful.
It was awful, and I hated it. Fucking Thayans come asking for help again. They can suck it.
Yeah.
Although,
deal with their own problems.
I do have to say, I have a feeling that had that not panned out the way it did at the end with the crit attack and all of that damage.
Oh my god,
dude,
that crit was clutch.
If that didn't happen, we were probably either gonna die or still be fighting right now.
Yeah, if that went one more turn,
because we were just chipping away at it. We weren't doing much to it, and every time it would do that stupid life drain, it would get all of its health back.
Yeah.
Fucker.
That coupled with the fact that I could actually do damage.
Yeah.
Got really concerned.
Yeah, if you all went down, my best strategy was just like, I'm going to flip around the room a whole bunch away from this thing and get it.
It to death.
I considered having Berwin give me one of those keys, one of the gate keys, and just using it to teleport around the room and shoot at it from distance, from range.
That would have been really funny.
I consider doing that. Or just running from it for a while. Something.
Not a bad final boss fight, huh?
No, that was really good. That
It was really sketchy there for a while. Especially before the encounter even started. Both healers just dropped.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And not just that, but it was like every fucking recharge roll was a 5 or 6.
Yeah, every single one. You got it back every single time you rolled for it.
I think it failed to recharge.
The beginning one. The very first one.
The first one. And that's
that was
it.
That was the only one that it failed. It failed the first recharge roll, and then after that, it succeeded on all the rest. Ridiculous. Havoc playing with loaded dice tonight. Bastard.
Also, that Guardian of Nature came in hella clutch.
Yes.
Kansei's advantage against a guy that has almost all Kansei's attacks. Yeah.
The other part I didn't use is Dex and Wisdom attacks are done with advantage. And since all my spells use Wisdom as the spellcasting ability, they would all have advantage.
Yeah.
But you were a fire elemental, so it didn't work out too well. But
oh well. I still got the Constitution advantage.
Yeah.
Which was good enough.
Okay.
And now you see why that encounter terrified me.
Yes. Yes.
We were so close, too.
Uh-huh.
Like it would have been over if I'd rolled a nat 1
Mm-hmm.
on a death save.
It
It would have just been over.
It would have been what happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what happened to me.
Except the boss wasn't like 1 hit away from dying this time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's why I was like, no, screw it. Bringing back one of the healers as quickly as I can.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah,
I
both
was
healers dropping was oof.
I was literally holding that spell, the mass
You
cure
still have
wounds. I still have it. I was holding it as long as possible, and right towards the end, I had considered using it, but then just decided against it and didn't. And I'm kind of glad I didn't, because now I still have it and can use it later. So, all right, give me a second. I'm gonna end stream and then I'll be back.
Okay.
All right, let's do some music. Let's see. Is this gonna be a good one? Sure, this is good. This is fine. All right, chat. Thank you for being with us tonight. That was exciting and fun and wonderful. Thank you for being here. Super scary, super duper scary. I don't have any people on that I want to really send you to, so let's just go raid somebody new. Let's go over to Phoenix Rising. Go say hi to them. Be sure when you go over there, give them a follow. Stick around for a bit. Let them know you're there. Thank you for being here. We'll be back on Tuesday for Tyranny of Dragons. I hope to see you then. Until then, have a good night.